Good evening, welcome to Chandler High School, a big one between Chandler School District rivals. Chandler High School going up against Basha. My name is Jared Cohen, joined by Reinhardt Toft.
Raynert. Yeah,
Toft.
don't worry. It always gets messed up the first time.
Reinhardt Toft, Cronkite student, ready to embrace us with his football knowledge here tonight. Hey, Reinhardt, this is a good matchup because these are two teams that, have had some losses earlier in the season they might not have been expecting, but they bounced back with two straight wins as Basha and Chandler, and now they're on a collision course here tonight for their first matchup of section play.
This should be a high-scoring game. Both teams are averaging over 30 points a game. Chandler High is using more of the run game recently, and Basha relies on their four-star athlete ASU commit Taylor Kelly? Ryan Kelly. I apologize.
Yeah, former ASU quarterback Taylor Kelly put up some big
Yes,
numbers.
I apologize.
Waiting in the wings. But hey, you talk about the Chandler rushing game, and you've got TJ Green, who last year was an absolute pleasant surprise. Another ASU guy, Chase Lucas, now with ASU now. He was the featured back here for the Wolves a year ago. He went down with that really scary knee injury. TJ Green stepped in, put up big numbers, and now this year he's picked up right where he left off.
Yeah, he has over 700 yards of rushing. He's rushing he has 8.1 rushing yards per rush.
And then you mentioned Basha. They like to throw it. They like to air it out. Ryan Kelly, he's got some weapons. Terrell Brown, also one of the top wide receivers in the state.
Yeah, he's getting recruited by a lot of the Mountain West schools, Air Force, and Mountain San Diego State, I think, as well. So
when you look at the way these two teams get ready, this is a big opportunity for both teams to get out to a fast start in section play. It's the gauntlet down here. Reinhardt, you got Chandler and Basha tonight. There's also Hamilton. Perry off to a fantastic start. So this is always a very tough section. You want to get out to a quick one by getting a W right off the bat.
Absolutely, and it would be huge if Basha could get their first road win of the season.
Chandler will kick things off to get things started. Their kicker is Cash Peterman, one of the best football names in the state of Arizona this season. If you've got the name of Cash, you're on your money, baby. Your money.
Throw up some Johnny Manziel signs right there,
No question. He's a bigger kicker too. He'll be set to kick it away. Basha is back to receive, and it should be a good matchup here, Rainer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. First 6A matchup I'm going to see this year, and I've been covering Saguaro for a little bit, but this atmosphere is a lot bigger than a 4A matchup right now.
Yeah, there's no question. Chandler in their blue helmets, black jerseys, gray pants. Basha in their whites. And as they're about to ready to get this underway to kick it off, the ball falls off the tee, so we'll do it over. Basha in their gold helmets, white uniforms, and gray pants. As you're watching, Basha will be heading left to right on your screen. Should be a fun one. Looking forward to this one for a while now. Basha has a lot to prove. They got off to that slow start, but they've won 2 straight. They want to make it 3 in a row. They've got a tall task to do it. Peterman kicks it away, and we are off and running. And that's Goodman to return it. Takes it up to about the 20-yard line, where the Bears will take over first and 10. So Ryan Kelly, he's been battling some shoulder issues the last few weeks. They tried to give him a run out there 2 weeks ago, and ultimately came out of the game relatively early against Desert Mountain. Collins came in, and all he did was end up being the Arizona Cardinals Player of the Week in that game, but Kelly is back healthy, and we'll see him here tonight.
Yes, he has over 1,300 yards of passing with 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But like you said earlier, he's been getting a lot of help from his running back, Deshaun Goodman.
Yeah, Deshaun Goodman has been a very pleasant surprise. They like to be, as much as they can, two-dimensional, more so than just passing. But they will pass on first down, and that ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the game. It'll bring up second and 10.
That defensive line just ran over the offensive line right there.
Now, talking to Coach Todd this week, Rainer, Coach Todd mentioned that this offensive line, even though they had their struggles early in the year, he said amongst the adversity they faced early, that is the group that he has looked at that has really buckled down and has showed confidence and growth over the course of the season.
Well, they have a big test here. It's definitely you see the size advantage it looks like for Chandler as well.
Yeah, Chris Manoa, the junior, the big guy inside. Sam Pepper getting recruited outside linebacker. They've got a lot of guys in the trenches, that's for sure. Second down and 10. Going to send Collins in motion. There's a few of those. That's Connor Collins. Two to the right, one to the left. They'll send another man in motion, and they'll hand it off. It's going to be a short run Looks like Jet Campbell, the junior, tried to do a little misdirection stuff right there on second down, but no gain, and now a big third down upcoming.
Yeah, hopefully Basha can not be one-dimensional here. That's going to be definitely key here for because even though Ryan Kelly is top recruit, with football it's definitely not a one-man sport like basketball.
Yeah, there's no question. So we're just underway here. First drive of the game for Basha. No gain on the first two plays. You're going to have 5 wide for Ryan Kelly. He'll be the solo back. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Back to throw. Chandler's going to blitz over the middle. It's complete. In some space. And taken down across the 25-yard line. I believe it's Cody Collins. No, excuse me, that was Jalen Goodman making the play, but he's going to be short of the first down, and the punt unit will come out. That's backup quarterback Colin Collins who does the punts for the Basha Bears.
Chandler brought the blitz there. You said he brought 6 players. They almost got one of the. I couldn't see the number, but almost got to Ryan Kelly right there.
And kind of a line drive kick. It's going to be played at about the 33 and breaks the tackle, moving upfield, close to midfield. Another broken tackle, and then down here about the 47-yard line, where Chandler will take over first and 10. And when you look at this Chandler offense, Raynard, we talked about TJ Green, but Jacob Conover, they've had a great run of quarterbacks. Bryce Perkins at ASU, Mason Moran at Oregon State. Jacob Conover getting the nod, the sophomore. Had a little bit of growing pains with him at the quarterback position, but Coach Guano thinks he's settled in nicely over the course of the season.
Yeah, he started out passing a lot the first couple of games, but it seems like he's definitely gotten a lot of help from his running game of late in the last couple of games.
Yeah, and early on, you mentioned passing a lot. He had over 500 yards passing against Corona Centennial. I know you're from Southern California. You know that's no easy task. There's going to be a handoff end around. Looks like it's Ryan Johnson, and there's a flag down as there's nothing there for Johnson as he was taken down on the play by Carl McIntyre, the senior. We'll see what the flag is. And it's going to be a hold on the Chandler Wolves. Ryan Johnson, the transfer in town from Detroit, Michigan, was injured a little bit to start the season, but they finally got him back healthy, and Guano doesn't waste any time. He gives him the ball in the first play.
Well, a good job there by Basha, even though the penalty happened. That was a good tackle in the open field.
So after the penalty, it'll be first and 24, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Conover is going to swing it out to the right. And that was complete to, I believe, Ryan Johnson once again. So 2 touches for Ryan Johnson. Almost gets to about the 40. He's going to call a little short of the 40. About the 38. It'll be second and 19 after the gain of 6.
Chandler going fast right here.
There's the handoff to TJ Green. He can make things happen. Finds a block, some space, and he's off to the races. Crosses the 30. Breaks a tackle. Tripped up at about the 7-yard line, and the TJ Green show is already off and running.
That was some great blocking over on the right side, and he made a nice cut on over by about the 25 to get to where he is right now, and over at the 10.
So they stripped him up. They'll spot him at about the 10-yard line. A big hole. Good job by the offensive line. Big time game right there for TJ Green, and now the Wolves are in business. They hand it off once again to Green, and he's stopped right at the point of attack.
This will be key if Basha can hold him after that big run that TJ Green had.
And that's how Chandler really gets you. If they can declare that run early, they can, with the athletes they have spread out on the outside, they can make it a very long evening for defenses. So it's second and goal, Chandler. Conover, he's going to air it out, looking at Gunnar Romney, gets up high and makes the catch for the touchdown. Going up top and grabbing it, number 18, the junior Gunnar Romney, the transfer in from Texas, and the Wolves strike first with a 6-0 lead.
Nice out route right there. The wide receiver cut into the post while the slot receiver went to the corner, and that was just a great toss where only the wide receiver could have gone that.
So after just 5 Kick is up and through. So with 8:41 left here in the first quarter, Wolves on top of the Basha Bears, 7-0. We'll take a short break.
Yep.
Back here in the first quarter, 8:41. Wolves on top of the Bears here in the first quarter after a Gunnar Romney touchdown reception from Jacob Conover. And the kick is away from Peterman, played by Goodman. Both Goodman brothers are back to receive kicks. He tries to take it center, now cuts it back. Now back middle, nowhere to go. Great job staying in the lanes right there are the Chandler Wolves, and Basha will get things started at just their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, usually cutting around, just running, like trying to scramble after a kickoff is usually not the right thing to do. You should just try to find where the blocks are going well, and you just keep going.
So the Bears went 3 and out on their first possession, and they want to keep their offense out on the field. We already saw how quickly the Chandler Wolves can make things happen. They can do it in a hurry. They want to keep their offense on the field as much as they can. One back to the left of Kelly. They send Connor Collins in motion, and there's a flag down, and there's going to be a false start penalty against the Basha Bears before they have started this drive. So that'll move them back half the distance. That'll put them at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Chandler Wolves. Or excuse me, the Basha Bears. Again, they'll send Connor Collins in high motion. Kelly, out route, incomplete. That's a ball that's got to be caught right there. Pass intended for Cody Collins. Goes through his hands, and I think he was looking upfield before he corralled that ball in.
Yeah, always keep your eye on the ball, and it's going to be the mentality right now. You got to feel it. They're probably a lot of pressure right now after that false start, and now an easy drop pass.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for Ryan Kelly and company for the Basha Bears. Haven't seen a whole lot of Deshaun Goodman yet other than on those kick returns. And they're probably not going to see him here as they go 5 wide. Kelly alone in the backfield. Back to throw out of the shotgun. He's going to air it out. And there's no one there. At first it looked like it was intended for Goodman. Collins ended up being the intended receiver over the middle of the field, but overthrows him. And now a big 3rd and 15 way back at their own 6 here for Basha.
Yeah, the O-line actually gave him a god time there to look for his receivers, and he put a good throw on it. Just wasn't right. It wasn't just quite right for that one.
Coach Todd definitely was commending his offensive line, how they've improved over the course of the season. They replaced 4 starters from a year ago on this offensive line. There's been some growth that's needed, but they are having and seeing that growth over the course of this year through 6 games. 5 wide again for Kelly. A lot of time once again. He's going to throw it out. It's caught by Connor Collins in the flats, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, short of the first, and the punt team unit will come back out onto the field.
Chandler's going to get some good field position here. See how far Connor Collins can kick this punt.
Gunnar Romney back to receive, and he's standing right now at the 50-yard line at midfield.
So Connor Collins had a little bit of a squib kick last time. See if he can maybe put some a little more air on that.
High snap. Collins contains it. A little bit more air this time. Still a line drive kick, and Romney's going to let that go out of bounds. Improved field position for Chandler. They take over 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. And Raynard, we saw what TJ Green is made of on that first drive. What are you expecting here on this second drive for the Chandler Wolves?
I'm expecting the same. You know, they just it looks like just total domination, just the physicality that Chandler has over their opponent right now, Basha. So I think they're just going to keep doing the ground and pound game until Basha can prove something to them right now.
So 2 backs on each side of Jacob Kahn over here. It's 1st and 10 Wolves from their own 42. Gonna hand that off. It's Ryan Johnson, and he's great play right there, taken down in the backfield. 54, Zach Watkins.
That was just a great tackle. Just got his hands on him, wouldn't let him get a chance. That's going to give him a little bit of confidence right there. 2nd and 16 now.
6-yard loss to TFL for Watkins. And now Conover again. This time he'll have TJ Green to his left, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Conover, he's going to look towards the middle of the field, and it's almost intercepted. 2 Bears didn't collide into one another. That might have been possibly 6 the other way. There was a lot of room for him.
Yeah, it looks like he's hurt and he's frustrated for that. You know, they definitely need that with the momentum right now.
It was Jeremy Mercer that was right there to pick the ball off. Carl McIntyre, the strong safety, bumped into him. And Mercer is slow to get up. He took a shot to the head, which forced him to drop the ball. But a much different look here from the Wolves here on the second possession of the game for them on offense. Mercer is able to get up, walk off under his own power. I think he just got his bell rung a little bit right there.
Yeah, I'll probably take him out for a few plays. I don't know if high school does the concussion protocol.
High schools will have their routine for sure.
All right. Yep. It looks like he's walking off the field right now. So let's see how his replacement does.
So after that incompletion, it's 3rd and 16, and this could be a big stop on 3rd down for Basha if they can respond with a 3 and out on defense.
This will be big to see if Conover can make a good play right here.
They're going to send some pressure. Conover still a lot of time. They're going to throw it right at the sticks. It's complete to Johnny Johnson right towards the 1st down line, but it looks like they're a yard short. But Coach Iguano at now the Basha 49, you know he's going to go for this one.
That was just a great throw and a great catch overall there. That more credit to Johnny Johnson right there. That was he had to keep his foot in there and get a nice snag.
Johnny Johnson, the senior, committed to UNLV. They're going to hand it off to Green. A nice job right there by Zach Watkins once again on 4th down, and the Wolves turn it over on downs.
Zach Watkins again. He got a little bit of help there. Got number. I forgot, I didn't see the number there, but it was a little bump, and then Zach Watkins was able to finish that play.
Yeah, Watkins getting into the backfield and making a big play right there for the Bears. So the Bears now with their best field position of the game at the Wolves' 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
I think that was Terrell Brown. He also plays defensive back. Yeah, he helped out on that tackle right there.
And Coach Todd did say that he's been getting some reps on defense. He made a couple big plays last week. They'll hand the ball off to Goodman. Goodman trying to get to the outside, but not enough room right there. Taken down for no gain. As Zach Bowers, the sophomore linebacker, brought him down for no gain.
He has the 2nd most tackles on the team behind Henry with 43.
So they gave Goodman a yard on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 9, just under 7 minutes left here in the 1st quarter. Basha trails 7-0. This is their best field position of the game. They got some momentum after that defensive stop. Let's see if they try to tie this one up. 2 to the right, 1 to the left of Kelly. Getting some pressure thrown at him. And he throws it over the head of Connor Collins. He looks at Collins a lot. That's become one of his guys alongside of Terrell Brown. You know Terrell Brown's going to command a lot of attention, so Collins has reaped the benefits of that this season.
Ryan Kelly, obviously getting a lot of praise, but right there, he leaned back on his foot a little bit, airmailed it a little. It's just like in baseball. When you pitch, if you lean back a little bit, you're going to airmail it to your catcher. So see if you can improve here on this third and long.
3rd and 9 to be exact. 6:40 left here in the 1st quarter. 4 receivers for Kelly. Feeling the pressure. Hit hard as he lets go of it, and it's incomplete. Kelly took a shot
Had enough time right there, though. You know, a little miscommunication on that route running, though. You look.
Parker Henley just came right at him, and I think Kelly just had to get rid of it because he saw him coming. Untouched was Parker Henley, the middle linebacker, and the Basha Bears will be forced to punt. So Romney back to receive the punt. We got Colin Collins.
That's a tongue twister right there.
Punts away, and that's a short one.
Kicked it on his shin more like than his foot.
And went out of bounds at about the 32, 33-yard line, where Jacob Conover and company will come back on offense. And they went 3 and out last time. And, you know, other than that big play from TJ Green, they haven't had a lot of big explosive plays yet. Maybe only 2 or 3. In fact, those 2 or 3, though, one of them went for 6, so that always helps.
See if Jacob Conover can actually can get more into the passing game a little bit. He had a great throw on the last drive, but they couldn't convert. We'll see if he can show that arm off a little bit more.
Conover, he's going to hand it off to Johnny Johnson. And Johnny Johnson, nowhere to go. Good job for the Bears setting the edge. But Johnny Johnson is so skilled, so athletic, and is able to get positive yards out of it. Doing some dancing and shimmying up to about the 40-yard line.
Just throwing off those tackles, man. He kept moving. That's all you have to do as a running back. Keep moving your feet.
So a 7-yard gain right there. And Conover's going to hold on to it. Gets across the 45, close to the 50, but enough for a first down.
Great blocking right there. Even though he didn't have anyone open, he had a great play.
Good decision making right there for Jacob Conover to get the sticks moved. And it's 1st and 10 Wolves from their own 48. A quick pass to the outside. That's Romney. Romney trying to cut up the sidelines. He's going to be driven out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. So another second down upcoming for the Wolves. So many weapons for this Wolves team. So many different guys they can get the ball to. We've seen Johnson, Green, Romney, Johnson, and so many guys they can swing it out to that can make big plays. There's a timeout here on the field as they set the... Zach Watkins comes off the field there. I don't know if something happened with him. Maybe his helmet came off. You have to sit out for a play, or there's an injury there. But he'll take a seat for at least this play. Read option right there. Conover has some space up the middle. The 10, the 5, flag down, but touchdown, Chandler Wolves. Jacob Conover keeps it himself on the zone read, but there is a flag down at about the 13-yard line.
Great read option, like you said. He just ran right by the defense and not even got a hand on him.
Untouched. And it looks like there is a sideline infraction, I believe, on the Chandler Wolves, which is a warning. So it's still going to be a touchdown here, and the extra point upcoming for Cash Peterman.
I don't blame him for that sideline infraction. That was a great play by Conover right there.
So 13-0 Wolves. And now Peterman will come in for the extra point. Snap is good. Kick is through. So with 5:35 left here in the opening quarter, the Wolves have opened up a 2-score lead, 14-0 over the Basha Bears. We'll take a short break. The Bears back out onto the field after this. 14-0 Wolves on top of the Bears here in the first quarter with 5:35 left. Jared Cohen, Reynard Toft here from Chandler High School. Peterman kicks it away. It's caught by Deshaun Goodman. Goodman can make a play, and he's going to cut it up the sideline with some momentum, driven out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, where Ryan Kelly and company will come back out onto the field for offense, and they just really have not been able to get things going here in the first quarter.
This is going to be key. It's already 14-0. If there's a quick 3 and out, and then Chandler gets 21, gets another touchdown, I mean, I don't know how Basha's going to be able to respond.
This is a big opportunity right here for the Bears to just kind of stay in stride with these high-powered Chandler Wolves. This is a big drive. And at the end of that drive, Ryan Kelly took a shot from middle linebacker Parker Henley on that 3rd and long. And we'll see if that impacts him at all, if they'll still send guys on blitzes. Kelly's going to roll out. He's going to air it out. He's looking for Terrell Brown, but a little overthrown, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, no one covered the outside linebacker right there. He had to rush out of the pocket and make an errant throw.
They're trying to make...
Actually, to Carlos Brooks that put that rush on him right there.
Is that... So they're trying to make plays downfield. That's what Basha does. They like to air it out. They like to make plays with their offense and their skilled receivers, but right now it's not connecting. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 5:23 left here in the first quarter. Kelly going to air it out again, looking for Terrell Brown. This time he's got him. Brown crosses the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Basha Bears, and it's a huge one. A 76-yard touchdown pass from Kelly to Brown to make it a one-possession game.
Huge. That was absolutely huge. Definitely needed that now. Big confidence booster for them. And talking about the offensive line all night, that was some great blocking up front. And Deshaun Goodman put a nice block on the defensive back coming on that outside run.
Gave him a little bit extra time. Now it's Becca Longo, the senior, in to kick the extra point. Snap is good. The kick is through. So with 5:12 left here in the first quarter, the Bears respond with a big touchdown. Ryan Kelly to Terrell Brown for 76 yards.
Coach, we are seeing why Ryan Kelly is a 4-star recruit and a commit to Arizona State right there. That was just a great throw overall, and Terrell Brown beat his receiver.
You know, they were really working at trying to get that play downfield, and you knew it was going to happen at some point. It couldn't have happened at a better time, though.
Oh, absolutely. Now see if the defense for Basha can hold the Chandler offense, which has actually been pretty balanced so far, and they've had some unusual rushing production from their quarterback.
Some scores around the league right now, around Arizona. Desert Mountain is on top of Pinnacle 7-3 as both of those teams begin section play. Brophy just missed a 24-yard field goal, so Hamilton is on top of Brophy 14-0 here in the first quarter. Sunrise Mountain is up 10-0 as the kick is away. That's Ty Sifferman, the sophomore does the kickoffs, and that goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the Chandler Wolves have scored on 2 of their first 3 possessions, Reinhardt, and it's been a couple. It's been from a couple different angles. On the first drive, it was a result of a big run by T.J. Green, and on the second drive, was a little bit more through the air, and then once again it was Conover making the big run on the read pass option.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm gonna. It looks like they're setting up the shotgun. Looks like they're trying to go back to the passing here, trying to get Hanover some reps here, and probably get warmed up more.
He's back to throw. He's going to air it out, try to answer. He's got a man downfield that's caught. Is that Johnny Johnson? I think so. Across the 20, the 10, down inside the 10-yard line. But the Wolves answer with a deep ball themselves after the big touchdown from Kelly to Brown.
Conover's got to feel good about that one, you know. Hadn't had a whole lot of chances to air it out, and that was like the first one he's aired out this night.
So the biggest pass play of the game right there. That's a prime example of the run, declaring the run, leading to plays downfield through the air. And now it's 1st and goal, Wolves from the 6-yard line. Conover's going to hand it off to Green. Runs up the middle and easy for the touchdown. TJ Green, his first touchdown of the game, and the Wolves take a 20-7 lead.
Offensive line opened up a wide gap there up the center, and there was no response from the Basha Bears. Easy score by TJ Green. No, there was a confidence booster by Basha on that Taylor Kelly pass, and now less than a minute later we have a score by Chandler.
A very quick response. That's how the Wolves like to do it. They like to make plays, and they like to do it in a hurry. The extra point is good for Cash Peterman. 21-7, the Wolves lead the Bears here with 4:57 left here from Chandler High School. We'll take a short break. Move on. It's 21-7, Chandler on top of Basha here in the first quarter still with 4:57 left. Raynard Toft, I'm Jared Cohen. And the kick is away from Cash Peterman. Back to receive it, Deshaun Goodman at the goal line. Again, all the Wolves are all over the place here. Goodman able to get to the sideline. The ball comes out of his hands but goes out of bounds. And Basha will take over 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Basha ran 2 plays last time they had the ball, Raynard. One was a deep ball off the mark to Terrell Brown. The second one was a 76-yard touchdown pass to Terrell Brown. Clearly, they were trying to get the ball to their playmaker on that drive.
Yeah, you know, they gotta find that spark again. You know, with Chandler scoring fast, like you said, they have to, you know, respond. Game of chess, we'll say.
So we've got the Wolves with 2 to the right and 2 to the left of Kelly. They're going to hand it off to Goodman. Steps away from inside pressure, and Goodman runs up the sidelines close to the 40-yard line. A nice job right there from Deshaun Goodman. It looked like a design inside run, cuts it back upfield, and gets a big gain.
Great mindset right there. You know, he said how to improvise, and he found a good hole on the left side there. And they're going to need a lot more from Deshaun Goodman.
Yeah, if they could declare that run after those big plays downfield through the air, you know, this Basha offense will succeed. So after the nice gain on 1st down, it'll be 1st down once again for Basha from the 36-yard line. And a whistle is being blown. And they'll just do it to reset the clock. 4:42 left here in what's been a long first quarter. Here's Goodman with a lot of space again up the sideline and driven out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So a heavy dose of Deshaun Goodman here on this drive for Basha.
Definitely going to be key. It seems like they're going more for the run now. It's trying to mix it up, you know.
Keeping Chandler honest defensively. And they've been running to the left. They've been running away from Sam Pepper, that left outside linebacker, the playmaker, has Division I offers at the next level. Kelly, another handoff to Goodman. He broke the initial tackle. Now he's powering himself forward. It looks like he's going to have just enough for a 1st down. He needed about 4. He needed 3 on that play, and it looks like he got about 4. And the Bears are moving the chains once again.
Deshaun Deshaun Goodman going into this game had over 443 yards rushing. But actually, Ryan Kelly puts up a little bit of rushing, has a little bit of feet under him too. He has 172 yards, but seems like coming off that shoulder injury, he's trying to not put it to risk, we'll say.
He'll keep it himself every so often. They run that zone read. He's back to throw here on first down. He's flushed out of the pocket, looking downfield. Adjusting his route is Brown, who makes the catch. It was underthrown.
One guy's the side far ref's calling the catch, but looks like incomplete from the other side over there.
So initially, one called it a catch, one called it an incomplete, and the final answer is incomplete. Almost a nice play made by Terrell Brown to adjust his route.
Yeah, he saw the play, saw that was an underthrown. He almost had it, nice little cutback to just give it a chance. And it was actually kind of a good throw by Kelly on the run.
I mean, if he threw it right at Brown, it would have been deflected or contested. It allowed Brown to alter his route and try to make a play, and he almost did. Kelly throwing a fastball down the sidelines, but overthrown. He put some spin on that one, but it's incomplete. There's a flag down around the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be second down. Excuse me, it'll be third down.
Looks like a holding play right there. And it's going to be tough all night. You're going to see, probably going to see a few more of those holding calls. Just trying to give Ryan Kelly a shot at just throwing the ball down the field.
So that moves him back 10 yards. That's a drive stalling penalty right there, all the way back to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 24 for Basha. 3 to the right, trips to the right, 1 to the left of Kelly. Terrell Brown, the lone man on the left side. They move Deshaun Goodman to the right of Kelly as well here on 2nd and 24. Just over 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. They swing it out. That's Ty Sifferman, and he's corralled by a handful of Chandler Wolves led by Parker Henley as well as DeCarlos Brooks, the talented sophomore defensive back. Minimal gain right there for Basha.
Third and long. I'm expecting another throw here. Ryan Kelly's going to try to, air that arm out again. I wouldn't be surprised also if Deshaun Goodman puts out a good run, try to keep him honest, but we'll see what happens.
Either way, when you're Basha in this situation, you almost want to try to find a high percentage throw. Maybe the deep ball isn't exactly the high percentage one. Maybe a timed route. Try to get right near the first down line. They're going to run an option right here. You called it. There's Goodman, but the Wolves are all over it, and Goodman is thrown out of bounds after a gain of just a couple, but a late flag comes in. A late flag, and that could only mean bad news for the defense. Might have been a face mask or something at the end of that play as Goodman was being driven out of bounds.
That's a foul right there. I was expecting more of the pass than the run, and I'm a little bit confused right there. I mean, trying to keep him honest, but you got to trust in Ryan Kelly. He's definitely got an arm, and he wants to prove it.
So a personal foul horse collar is called on the Chandler Wolves, and that's going to bring up an automatic first down for Basha. So an inexcusable penalty there for Chandler on what would have resulted in fourth down.
Basha's definitely going to take that one there after getting a holding earlier and putting them back way, way far.
So it's 1st and 10, Basha in Chandler territory. They're at the Chandler 44-yard line. It's a big break right there for Basha. Now they have to capitalize. They scored on their last time on offense. It was a deep ball, 76 yards it was from Kelly to Brown. But Chandler has scored on 3 of their first 4 possessions to give them the 21-7 lead here with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Pause play.
Officials coming together, trying to get organized after the penalty.
Brian's going to go to his coach here. I see come with a good play here for this upcoming drive.
I think Coach Todd is a little confused here by what the delay is. And I guess it's not an automatic first down. The 15-yard penalty results in Basha being short of the first down, so instead of 1st and 10, it's 3rd and 2. I think the discrepancy right now is if it should have been an automatic first. So the 15-yard penalty puts him 2 yards short of the first down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 43-yard line are the Bears.
They had Jet Campbell in at running back, but now they bring back in Deshaun Goodman.
Let's see if they run off of that big left tackle, Jonathan Nathaniel, here on a big 3rd and 2. And Kelly will keep it himself with a lot of space. Great decision making. First down and more down at the 15-yard line. Great decision making right there from Ryan Kelly. His first rush of the game is a big one.
Yeah, we were just saying earlier, Ryan Kelly actually has some wheels, and he just proved it right there. Big play for Basha right there.
And that brings him into the red zone. 1st and 10, Bears from the 15. And you got to be impressed so far with the way this Basha offense has hung tough with the Wolves. You know, the defense has struggled, but the offense is hanging tough.
It was going to be, I predicted a high-scoring game. I didn't predict an exact number, but you know, it's going to be high-scoring. Air offense versus a more balanced attack from Chandler.
2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 21-7, first down and 10 Bears. And it's Kelly looking at Brown, and the flag comes in at the last moment. And that looks like it could be pass interference on Chandler.
Kelly was looking at his receiver the whole way and looked like the Chandler defensive player.
Looks like Amani Lee was there on the coverage and might have been called.
Looks like he was grabbing the jersey a little bit. Can't do that.
Amani Lee, offer from South Dakota State. Also has some track offers. Very talented track and field performer. So half the distance makes it 1st and 2.
South Dakota State sounds a little more sounds better with that win over Iowa.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
However, it was North Dakota State. The Bison got the big win there, but hey, same neck of the woods, right? Right?
I'm trying my best here. You know,
on first down, a gain of about 6 on the play, on the run to Goodman. So he gets just inside the 10-yard line to the 9. First down marker is about the 5. Split backs for Kelly. 3-step drop. Looking at Brown once again. Did he make that catch?
No, he did not.
Oh,
he close though.
Man, he put one hand up and almost was able to bring it in for a touchdown, but it falls incomplete. And now a big 3rd and 4 upcoming for Basha.
Something tells me that Ryan Kelly's going to go to him again. They've been isolating Terrell Brown the whole game, and it's been paying off for the most part, but maybe they're trying to mix it up here.
No, last time they had 3rd down here on this drive, it was 3rd and long, and they ran the ball to Deshaun Goodman, who walks off the field right now without a helmet on. But Goodman ended up getting horse-collared, and a 15-yard penalty led to a 3rd and manageable, and then a first down, and now here the Bears are in the red zone at the 9. 3rd and 4. Who leveled in the backfield by Parker Henley, but Kelly kept the ball himself and walks in for the touchdown.
Great design play.
The zone read right there at its finest. He's going to be running that at the next level. Kelly didn't hand it off to Jet Campbell. Campbell took a shot from Parker Henley, but then Kelly walks in for the touchdown. And once again, the Bears pull within 1 possession.
Jet knew he wasn't getting that ball, but he wasn't expecting that hit. Great overall play, though. Got Chandler all confused right there, and the kick is good.
Extra point is good. So with 1:33 left here in the first quarter, high-scoring first quarter, 21-14. Chandler on top of the Basha Bears. We'll take a short break. Back here, the Bears scored a touchdown on their last drive. Ryan Kelly with a 9-yard touchdown run to make it 21-14. Bears trail the Wolves, and the Bears kick it away. It's a touchback, so the Chandler Wolves will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. And offense has not been the issue for the Chandler Wolves. Yes, this is a one-possession game, but their offense has been smooth sailing here so far. It's on the Basha Bears defense right now if they want to try to have a shot to tie this one up here early.
Yeah, the offense has been keeping the Basha Bears in the game. If they can get a stop here, I would be confident. It seems Basha will be confident in trying to tie this game.
So Jacob Conover on 1st and 10. He'll hand it off to TJ Green. And guess who it is once again in the backfield? Zach Watkins making plays everywhere for the Basha Bears here in this game. He's been the biggest bright spot for the Bears here defensively.
Nobody picked him up there. He just ran around the offensive line. He had the speed to tackle TJ Green.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 on the 1-yard pickup for Green. Just over a minute left here in the first quarter. Conover looks back to his sideline. They'll change the play. Green will move to the right of Conover.
Maybe a passing play right there.
They'll run it. It's Green. Gets through the line of scrimmage into the back end of the defense. Short of a first down. Looks like he picked up about 8. He needed 9 for a first down. It's going to be a very short 3rd down upcoming for the Wolves.
Looked like I was with Bash right there. Everyone thought after that audible it was going to be a passing play, but good call. Had a nice run up the middle, and it's a nice 3rd and short.
So 3rd and 2 to be exact. 28 seconds left here in the first. Conover with Green right next to him. Hands it off once again to Green. Trying to get to the edge. And he'll have enough for a first down and then some as he gets to the 35-yard line. And the Wolves are moving the chains. A nice gain of about 7 there for TJ Green.
Nice little cutback there. Just move the chains. And see how, looks like they're going quick here.
Oh, yeah, they'll move quick. They'll get right on the ball. And they moved a little too quick.
Timeout, Basha.
Yeah, Basha took a timeout because they were not ready for that play to come. Let's take a look at some scores around the league and a touchdown from Pinnacle. You could also stream that game right now on sports360az.com. That touchdown pulls their deficit against Desert Mountain within 14-10. Cactus is up on top of Peoria 7-0. Liberty on top of Sierra Linda 21-0. As we move around the state, how about the game going on in college football right now? Washington all over Stanford,
I messed
Pac-12
up
level.
That Dakota reference, but I'm not going to mess this one up. You know, number 10 Washington up over number 7 Stanford 23-0 at halftime.
And I'm
Not
going.
expecting that.
No, I didn't see that come, especially after Washington almost dropped one in Tucson last week in overtime. They come back and take on one of the top teams in the country in Stanford. Granted, that game is at home, not on the road.
Yeah,
but
no, I was expecting a closer game, though, obviously.
yeah, no question. And one more game to go over is Brophy is on top of Hamilton 14-0. Brophy looking to stay undefeated. Been one of the pleasant surprises in 6A so far this season. Conover on first down. He's going to air it out. That's Johnny Johnson, and just out of his reach down the sidelines. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 with just 6 seconds left here in the first quarter.
No pressure from that front four from Basha. Good pass. You know, I thought Johnny Johnson could have extended his arms out there. It seems like he could have caught that.
Yeah, it was close. He was running up the sidelines. It was getting close to the sidelines there. Back to throw is Conover. He completes it to Romney. He crosses the 45 just short of midfield, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. After one, it's been Chandler on top of Basha, even though there's been a lot of offensive explosion, 21-14. Chandler will keep the ball as we start the second quarter here from Chandler High School.
Reminds me of a ASU game right now. You know?
Which one's that?
Every game.
Every game, high scoring.
High scoring.
That's Raynard Toft. I'm Jared Cohen. We'll take a break, and second quarter's coming right up. Back here for the start of the second quarter, 21-14. Chandler on top of Basha. Chandler just was able to move the chains. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 47. Raynard Toft. I'm Jared Cohen here from Chandler High School. Conover back to throw on first down. Little in route, incomplete. An unconventional drop right there from Johnny Johnson.
So,
Excuse me, that wasn't Johnny Johnson. It was Aaron Howard who was down the field trying to make the catch. It would have been only a gain of about 6 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. 4 seconds into the second quarter. TJ Green given the ball, has some space, now turns on the Jets. One man to beat, just taken down. A touchdown saving tackle right there for Carl McIntyre, but TJ Green on full display right there on that run.
great tackle by the feet. He would have been on. It would have been a touchdown. It would have been a touchdown. If it had not been for that tackle.
Touchdown saving tackle. Carl McIntyre, the senior safety, keeps TJ Green out of the end zone. TJ Green on his way to a big night. They hand it off to him once again. He spins away from a tackle but runs into his own lineman, Josiah Perry, the big fella, the senior left guard.
Guess who was there for the tackle again? It was Zach Watkins for Basha. Everywhere.
Every time a Chandler Wolf has been tackled behind the line of scrimmage, it's been as a result of Zach Watkins having a really nice game here so far in the first half. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Definitely a good stall by the Basha Bears right there. Under center.
Yeah, Conover under center. They're going to pitch it out. That's Ryan Johnson. He can make things happen with his feet as well. He's tripped up as he crosses the 20-yard line. Maybe a gain of 3 or 4 on the play. So 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Chandler Wolves, deep in Basha territory.
Ryan Johnson is the second leading rusher for the Chandler Wolves with over 200 yards rushing on 20 carries.
And that's saying a lot because he has missed some time this season due to injury. He's finally back healthy. On 3rd and 6, they hand it off to Green. Green gets the edge and then some, going towards the pylon just shy of the end zone. Again, that's Carl McIntyre saving a touchdown, but TJ Green with a first down and more, but there is a flag on the play.
Looks like he's going to probably be holding here. Yep.
And the self-inflicted wounds here this evening for the Chandler Wolves. There's been a couple plays between holdings and personal fouls that have prevented them from creating a lot of separation. So a 10-yard penalty sends them all the way back to the 26-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 13.
They had that first down there. It was just, that's a killer penalty.
They would have been looking at 1st and goal from the 3 if not for that hold. Conover's going to air it out down the field, incomplete. Well defended right there. Jeremy Mercer, who almost had the interception earlier on, with good coverage downfield.
4th down, but you were talking about one of the best kickers in the state. Sounds like Cash Peterman. They bring him in here.
Now, if I know from Coach Iguano, he's thinking we're going for it. We're at a territory where we can strike and make plays on offense.
On 4th and 13, that's really gutsy then.
Yeah, he's calling timeout to think this one over. The kicker hadn't come out onto the field yet. So timeout on the field as Coach Iguano and his staff will try to figure out what he's going to do on this play. I think they are going to kick it because I see Peterman out there warming up.
Peterman is 21 of 23 on his kicks, and the long is 45. You really don't see from a lot of high school kickers.
Yeah, 45 yards. We mentioned it off the top. He is a big kicker. I mean, he's standing out there right now next to some linemen and linebackers, and he is just as tall and almost as wide.
I think he wants his coach to put him in. He wants to show off that foot tonight.
Yeah, well, he could stretch the lead out to 10 for Chandler if he can strike from this one. The line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. So we're looking at about a 44-yard field goal, which is just shy of his season long. I think they'll line him up probably closer to the 33, so a 43-yard field goal upcoming for Cash Peterman. trying to make this a two-score game, up 21-14. Snap is good. The kick is up. It's got the distance. Is it through? It is. Yes, sir. Cash Peterman showing off that leg.
That kick could have been good at like 50 yards. That was up at the top left pole right there.
Yeah, 43-yard field goal for Cash Peterman makes it 24-14 Wolves here with 10:21 left here in the first half. So, but the Basha Bears, that's kind of a victory right there. You know, the Wolves were moving the chains, but a big penalty, a holding penalty, and instead of letting them get back into scoring territory, they forced the field goal, so keeps it 10 instead of 14.
They're going to take whatever they can right now, especially with the home crowd cheering on the Chandler Wolves. You can hear the coordinator right now. He seems flustered. I don't know what that would be for.
Some special teams coach getting ready to make a play out there. So Peterman off that field goal will now step up to kick it away. The Goodman brothers back to receive at their own goal line.
The key is they can get some good field position.
Which has not been easy to come by. The Wolves have done a good job. That's Goodman, gets across the 10. Hey, he's got some space running up the field, driven out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. So there's that good field position for Basha after that field goal for Chandler.
Didn't see a whole lot. It was really all Goodman right there. He just put on a couple jukes, and they have, like I just said, they're good field position. We'll see if they can get this game within 3 points. That would be a lot better instead of trying to get a field goal at all 3 and out.
How about this score? Brophy on top of Hamilton now 24-0 in the first half. Hey,
that's a statement right there.
I said earlier this week, you know, we do on Sports 360 AZ, we do a high school roundtable, and people were calling me kind of a cop-out to say Brophy's one of the most surprising teams in 6A, but they're showing right now they could compete with the cream of the crop, and they had to lose some big seniors from last year. There's a deep ball from Ryan Kelly, overthrown, and brings up second down. So
going deep on that first play, but that was just good coverage overall by the Chandler Wolves. He was second and long.
Pass was intended downfield to Ty Sifferman. Terrell Brown was also in the area. So it'll bring up second down and 10 from their own 37.
Ryan Kelly's been able to get his receivers a pretty balanced receiving. Ty Superman overall with 270 yards receiving.
So on second down, play action, rolling out is Kelly, and he's just going to dump it off. There was nothing there, and he took a shot as he was about ready to dump it off. That play
That
just
looked like a screenplay right there. Just Sean Goodman looked like he fell down and just had to give up on the play.
Yeah, Kelly had nothing there downfield, so instead of taking a sack, he just dumped it off outside of the pocket. Incompletion makes it third down and 10 for Basha with 10 minutes left here in the first half.
Felt confident there too. That wasn't intentional grounding.
Oh yeah, that was well outside the pocket. Good pocket awareness there for Ryan Kelly. And he's going to keep it himself, and it's a good decision. Has some space, crosses midfield and slides just shy of the 45 for a first down. So good decision making right there for Ryan Kelly.
Almost looked like that was intended. Empty backfield. Chandler obviously thought it looked like it was going to be a passing play, knowing Kelly, and that was the first down.
Yeah, definitely looked like a designed quarterback draw. And it moves the chains for the the Bears. So a first down and 10 now into Chandler territory, trailing 24-14 with just under 10 minutes left here in the first half. Kelly having a nice night so far. And there's a big play by Sam Pepper getting into the backfield for a loss of yards. And that right is a classic example of why Sam Pepper is the heart and soul of this defensive team this year for Chandler.
That was quick. That was the snap, and then there was Sam Peppers. I didn't even see the running back there.
So a loss, if they called the forward progress dead after a loss of 2, it could have been a loss of 10. But they blew it a little earlier, so it'll be 2nd down and 12 right at midfield.
Reminded me of a lesser Davion Clowney hit, if you remember that.
Oh, much lesser.
Much lesser.
But yes, how fast he got back there, I could see the comparison. They hand it off to Goodman, fighting for every yard, just shy of the 45-yard line. And it looks like on that play, Zach Bowers was the one to bring him down. So we're looking at 3rd and 8 for Basha from the Chandler 46. And they
about how key it would be for Basha to keep this game open, but it also key if the Chandler defense can stop it here and try to extend the lead.
4 receivers split out wide for Kelly on 3rd and 8. They're going to bring the pressure. A screen set up to Brown. Now he's off to the races. Has a 1st down and more, but the ball comes loose. A fumble on the play, and the Wolves will recover it, it looks like, at the 24-yard line.
Nice little punch out there. Terrell Brown had the 1st down. It's going to be a big momentum shift. Basha looked like they're on their way to another touchdown, it looked like.
Yeah, it's a great design wide receiver screen to Terrell Brown, who had a 1st down and more on 3rd and long, but it was punched out behind him, and the fumble turns it over, the first turnover of the game for either team. So 1st and 10, Chandler from their own 24-yard line. Just under 8 minutes left here in the first half. I'm Jared Cohen. That's Raynard Toft here from Chandler High School. Conover. Quick throw to the outside. And it's complete to Jarrett Caldwell. His first catch of the game. Just shy of a 1st down. They credited 8 yards on the pickup right there. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for Conover and company. They'll hand it off to Green. Green cuts back up the middle, breaks some tackles, crosses the 45 to midfield. Zach Watkins is downfield to drive him out of bounds along with a crew of Bears, but the Wolves are moving the chains there on 2nd down as TJ Green continues to be a force here on Friday night.
Getting him a lot of outside runs, and he's definitely proving why they need to do that, because he is just tearing up the Basha Bears on defense right now.
And you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line, too, especially there on the right side. They're going to hand this one off to Ryan Johnson up the middle. A flag comes down, spinning away from some tackles down at about the 26-yard line, but a flag is down around midfield.
Like this one might be coming back.
The self-inflicting wounds, so for the Chandler Wolves, is a storyline in this game. There's no doubt. They are on top by 10. They have created a turnover, but at times you get the sense that they're holding themselves back because of some of these penalties.
You know, the outside run over on the last possession there that would have put them on 1st and goal. Pretty much the same thing here, but
yeah, another big running play is called back because of holding. So from the spot of the foul, it's minus 10 yards, so it'll be 1st and 20 for Chandler. They send him on a blitz. Conover, a screen is set up. That's to Johnny Johnson across the 50 to the 48 inside Basha territory. So a little bit past the original line of scrimmage is Chandler on 2nd down.
good screenplay there. Puts him right back in second and 9, but definitely doable for this Chandler offense we've seen so far. See if Conover passes it here or gives it off to TJ Green.
They hand it off to Green. He runs up the middle, has some good blocks. Now he's conveying the fields It looks like he's going to be just around the first down marker. Again, that's Carl McIntyre on the stop.
We've seen so far.
They're going to give him the first down.
Oh, yep, never mind. Yeah.
Just enough for a first down for TJ Green.
Now he's trying to hurry up here.
This one's handed off to Green once again. Up the middle. Nope, that's Ryan Johnson. Excuse me. He was tackled. He lost the ball at the end, but still had more than enough for a first down. So 2 straight run plays resulting in first downs for the Chandler Wolves, moving the chains once again.
Conover not having to do much this drive, just giving it off to Ryan Anderson and TJ Green. That offensive line is just being fantastic right now.
Other than the holds, they've been pretty dominant in this first half. It's Ryan Johnson again, cuts upfield after he gets around the edge, and it's enough for another Chandler first down.
See, we can give some credit here to Justin Baker and Jared Gertis, the right guard and right tackle on that play right there. Definitely was just pushing the Basha defense just farther than they could ever go. You know?
And a timeout is called by the Basha Bears with 5:49 here left in the first half. 24-14, and the Wolves are driving. So it's your first time seeing Chandler this season. What's been your takeaway from the way they operate offensively thus far?
A lot of running. That seems to be their key, and they're well. I would say it's been, based on the stats, it looks like it's been more of a balanced approach this season, but the last couple of games have just been, looks like purely a run, and it's been successful so far. We give a lot of credit to TJ Green, Brian Anderson, and the offensive line doing a good job putting pressure on that defense.
And Jacob Conover actually had a nice run or two for a big gain, so it's definitely that running game. If you can take away the run, stack the box, force Chandler to throw. That's what Mountain Point did a few weeks back. That allowed them to have that big victory over Chandler. But right now, Basha is struggling to do so. The running game has been hot and heavy.
Jacob Conover, I said on the touchdown run, he had 39 total yards total this season, and then there was a 47-yard run for that score.
So making the plays when it's needed. 1st and 10 from the 17. They hand it off to Green. Runs up the middle again. Trips. Nope. Gets away from the tackle and walks in for 6. TJ Green, second touchdown of the game. Makes it 30-14 Wolves with 5:40 left here in the first half.
Player down, too.
Yeah, face down, too. This does not look good. But TJ Green, it's one thing when you... It's crazy normally when you get a guy like him in space, it's hard to bring him down, but he's running between the tackles and breaking tackles to create space.
Yeah, that injury, it looks like, was from the TJ Green breaking the 2 tackles. The two defensive players just collided. They couldn't even put a hand on it, or just barely. A lot of speed from TJ Green today.
Yeah, no question. So after we hope the Basha Bear injured on the field gets up and is okay, it'll be a extra point upcoming. And this looks a little serious as Coach Aguano and Coach Todd come out to check out the player down on the field for Basha.
It's like a head injury, too.
We'll take a short break. We'll come back. Chandler on top of Basha, 30-14. So a touchdown for the Chandler Wolves, the injured player on the field, Mason Browning for the Basha Bears. Good to see him able to walk off under his own power. That looked like a scary play right there for Browning, but touchdown for the Chandler Wolves, and now Cash Peterman will come in for the extra point. Derek Jones, the holder. Peterman, the kicker. And the kick is through with 5:42 left here in the first half. 31-14. Chandler on top of Basha, and they've opened this one up big after forcing that big turnover on the last drive for Basha.
Getting that lead back up to three possessions now. That was a key stop by the Chandler defense to open the game up, like you said. See now if Ryan Kelly can bring the team back to 10 points.
Before halftime, it would be crucial if he does so. When you watch Basha to this point in the game, when they are moving the ball well, what are they doing well?
They are using a balanced attack. You know, Deshaun Goodman had some good runs, and that is set up a big pass by Ryan Kelly.
So it'll be Cash Peterman set to kick it away. The Goodman brothers back to receive around the goal line. Chandler Wolves have done a good job on special teams, for the most part, preventing a big play, but Jalen Goodman had a nice return out to about the 41-yard line last time out.
You see, they can do that again. It'll be key.
There's a short kick. It's going to be played by Goodman at about the 5-yard line. He's going to cut it upfield, picks up some speed, and driven out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. You mentioned it. Kelly comes back out onto the field. 5.5 minutes left. You want to try to chip away at this lead. You don't want to see a 3-possession game going into halftime.
And they have some time too. With 5.5 minutes left, you don't want to have your quarterback worry that they have to score right now. They should use a balanced attack, which has been successful. Try to go to Deshaun Goodman, and then maybe go open up the field to try to find Terrell Brown.
1st and 10, Bears from their own 24-yard line. 5:36 left here in the first half. Goodman to the left of Kelly. And they'll hand it off to Goodman on 1st down, and he's hit in the backfield. On TFL right there for the Chandler Wolves on 1st and 10.
See if the Basha Bears offensive line has any stamina left. It's going to be key if they're going to cut the lead.
It looks like that was Noah Siamalu in on the tackle right there, the son of ASU's defensive line coach here for the Chandler Wolves. And Siamalu is a senior, a guy that they really like here in the trenches alongside of Chris Manoa. Those two and playing in the defensive tackle position are forces to be reckoned with.
I'm learning some great stuff right now, you know.
Yeah.
Some fun trivia facts.
Dropping some knowledge here on the broadcast. Kelly rolls out, pressure. Now he's going to run the other way. Now he's going to air the ball out. There's Terrell Brown with 2 guys all over him. Is it intercepted? No, they're going to call it incomplete. Ryan Kelly throws it into double coverage in the direction of Terrell Brown. And it'll bring up 3rd and 11.
He did a good job there getting away from that tackle, but it was a poor decision throwing the double coverage there, even if it was their top receiver. And it almost led to an interception.
The speedster Imani Lee has been chasing Terrell Brown around all night. And he was involved with, I believe it was Kendon Walker downfield in double coverage. The Bears have had some success tonight on 3rd down. They had 2 straight 3rd downs converted last drive, but one of those, Terrell Brown dropped the football. Kelly back to throw in the pocket. Complete to the middle of the field on an inside post route to Connor Collins. And right on cue, a big 3rd down conversion for Basha.
Nice slant run there by Terrell Brown. They just have such a great connection, it looks like. You know, Terrell Brown was definitely trying to keep on that football there. Big play, big play.
So it gets it just shy of midfield, 1st and 10 Basha from their own 46-yard line. Kelly's back to throw in the pocket. Connects with Brown inside on the quick slant. Now he's got some speed. Turns on the jets. Crosses the 10. Trying to break some tackles down inside the 5-yard line. So he goes to Connor Collins on the quick slant. Then the next play to Terrell Brown. 2 big plays. Gets the Bears inside the 5-yard line.
That was the exact same play twice in a row. I don't see what Chandler was trying to do there.
The middle of the field was wide open. They made the play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, no question. First and goal. Bears from the 3 with 4:12 left here in the first half.
They didn't have to hurry, but, there's some 2 big key passing plays. They're going to score here pretty fast if Chandler doesn't do something.
So Kelly under center for the first time. They hand it off, and that talented defensive line for Chandler sniffs out that run right away. They hand that one off to Jet Campbell on first and goal.
They saw that play just from the start. I would have liked to see Ryan Kelly running in. That would have probably caught him off guard there.
Yep, that was the first time we even seen Kelly under center here tonight. 3:48 and counting here in the second quarter.
I would like to see Kelly do, and maybe impress the scouts to do a little play action. That might get Chandler a little confused there on this key play.
And they want to get in for 6 here. 3:30 left, trailing by 17. Again under center, power formation, and there's going to be a flag call. It's a delay of game, and that'll send him back to about the 8-yard line, where it'll be second and goal from the 8.
It's going to be key, for Ryan Kelly. He's going to also be a clock manager. That's one of the big responsibilities of the quarterback, especially at the next level when the crowds are going to be a lot bigger than what we see right now in the field.
So that'll put Kelly back out of the shotgun. 4 receivers with Deshaun Goodman standing to his right. Kelly back to throw. He's going to throw a fastball, but no, he's taken down hard and sacked. A lot of pressure dialed up from Chandler right there.
That was just a great job by the defensive backs. Ryan Kelly was looking at Terrell Brown again all the way, and they had him covered, so he had no answer for that.
Parker Henley credited for the sack. The middle linebacker was sent up the gut. And now it's 3rd down and goal from the 17 for Basha. So a tough sequence of events here for the Bears.
But Basha's proven on 3rd down, but this is definitely the biggest one.
Oh, and there's Jonathan Nathaniel showing some theatrics right there. It's going to be an offsides, it looks like, on the Chandler Wolves.
And a fan is definitely upset about that one, too.
Oh, no, they're called a false start on Basha. That hurts even more. That sends them all the way back to the 22-yard line. 3rd down and goal from the 22 for Basha.
Give them credit for their 3rd down, but this is definitely going to be their most difficult attempt at 3rd down, especially if they need to score. Wouldn't say a whole lot of Chandler defense here, more of mental mistakes by the Basha offense.
So they need to make a play at the end zone. They're going to set up a screen to Brown. There's no block there from Connor Collins. They move backwards. And how about that Chandler Wolves defense as 4th down is upcoming from the 26-yard line. This is a 1st down that began all the way at the 4.
I would have liked to see, just send the receivers into the end zone. Just try to, at least get a shot at that instead of a screenplay to Terrell Brown. I know they're trying to get to him, but maybe look for other receivers too for Ryan Kelly. He has other good receivers.
It's going to be a receiver pass. They're going to throw it back the other end of the field from Brown up top, incomplete. Great defensive stand right there for the Chandler Wolves.
Trying to mix it up there, throw some spice in that offense, but it doesn't work out. And I'm just gonna have to disagree with the play calling here by Basha. They just should have tried to go straight for the touchdown here. Maybe just head into that 22-yard fourth downer, because they were 3rd and 22. If they knew they were going for it on 4th and 20 on that fourth down, they should at least try to cut down that yardage for the touchdown.
No question about it. So Chandler Wolves take over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, leading 31-14, and can really, really demoralize the Basha Bears going into halftime so they can get another 6. Up the gut, no one blocked the Basha defender. That was 52, Blake Tibbetts, went basically untouched right at Conover. He was able to get away from it, but then more Bears were able to come around and surround Conover for a loss of about 3 yards on the play, and Chandler will call a timeout.
It was a good breakup on that part right there. He was definitely looking downfield, and then he had to scramble this to at least try to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Some scores around the state. A Tucson tilt. Two of the best in Tucson. Cienega and Salpointe facing off. Cienega and recent U of A commit Jamari Joyner lead Salpointe 23-14. Skyline is on top, 20-0 on the road.
Washington is now 30-0.
Yeah, that's crazy. 30-0. Scrolling through Twitter here, trying to find some scores. Safford on top of Coolidge, 42-7. And Thatcher on top of St. John's, 35-0. Back to the action, 2nd and 13 from the 23 is Chandler. Conover, back to throw, out route. And it's incomplete, dropped. It was a little low, intended for Gunnar Romney. Wasn't able to bring it in, and now it's 3rd and long upcoming for the Chandler Wolves with 1:12 left. And if you're the Bears and force a quick 3 and out here, you give Ryan Kelly an opportunity to try to get another shot at the end zone.
Absolutely. That's definitely what's going to be needed right now. And you've seen these teams score so quickly, so I don't have no doubt that if Basha can stop them, we will definitely see Ryan Kelly go for a touchdown.
Conover back to throw, looking downfield, and it's underthrown and incomplete.
Looks like it was tipped too, but
so the Basha Bears force the 3 and out on defense. Punt team comes out, and now with 1:07 left here in the first half, the Bears could have an opportunity to cut into this lead, and boy, is it important for them to do so.
See if Cash Peterman is as good a punt runner as he is good a kicker.
We'll see. We'll see right here. We've got a couple guys back to receive the kick, Terrell Brown and Jalen Goodman, and a flag is thrown. And, well, that could have been a bad penalty. There's too many men on the field for Chandler. Only moves them up 5 yards, though. Still 4th down for the Wolves. So Terrell Brown back to receive the punt. The kick is away. It's a high one. And Brown is going to wave it and make the catch at the 35-yard line. So Ryan Kelly and company will try to cut into this lead. 31-14 is the deficit. And a touchdown here could be big going into the locker rooms.
Got exactly 1 minute left. We'll see what they can do here.
The Tukey Bowl going on tonight. Desert Vista against Mountain Point. Mountain Point leads in that one at halftime.
Mountain Point is the #1 ranked team in the state.
They sure are. And 6A right now.
All right.
So exactly 1 minute left here in the first half. 4 receivers set. It's going to be a screen out to the right to Terrell Brown. Blocker's not there. Gains maybe a yard or 2 on the play. And they're going to have to get on the ball here because the clock's going to be moving here in a hurry.
again, questioning this play call. They have to throw it down the field.
Kelly back to throw. Throws it high and out of the reach of Terrell Brown. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Kelly likes to wind up and rocket that ball down the field. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's a little bit out of reach.
Either way, I mean, it was a fastball. Sometimes I feel like the receivers have just like hurt their hands trying to catch that football. But I would like to see Ryan Kelly go to his other receivers.
They've been good on 3rd down. 3rd down and 9 here from their own 36. They're going to hand it off. Nice decision making right there. Goodman trying to get away from some tackles. Chandler was all over it, and I think the ball came out. The ball did come out on that play. And the Wolves recovered it. And now the Wolves here with an opportunity with 20 seconds left in Basha territory to try to expand on this lead.
That is absolutely huge. They can go up by another touchdown. I don't know how Basha will get back in this game.
So a second turnover of the game for the Basha Bears. The first was a fumble by Terrell Brown. The second a fumble for Deshaun Goodman. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Chandler from the Basha 41-yard line with 20 seconds left here in the half.
Chandler's done a good job stalling that defense, or stalling that offense, the high-powered Basha offense. Now they've given their offense an opportunity to score here, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal.
So on 1st and 10, they're going to play action. Conover's going to air it out. Got a man downfield. That's Romney, and it's broken up. Nice play. No flag thrown. Fans wanted one, but incomplete downfield. Good coverage from a few Wolves. Looks like Ethan DeFrance was the main one in coverage against Romney.
That was just a good job staying with his man and getting that arm out just to keep the ball away from Gunnar Romney right there.
Conover again. They're going to run the same thing. Play action. No, it's going to be a hitch route to Romney just past the 1st down marker and gets out of bounds.
Looks like they are in field goal range for Cash Peterman if they decide to go, if they need to go for the pick. But
well, they still have the offense on the field. There's only 8 seconds left.
They have enough time for at least one more play. They're going to try to throw it out of bounds here with looking for an out route here. We'll see who they go to.
Something towards the sidelines. Conover throws it to the outside. It's incomplete through the hands of Romney. That would have made it a little bit easier for Peterman. But instead, with 4 seconds left, Cash Peterman will come out for his second field goal opportunity.
Around the same distance, too, here. Ball's placed on the 29, so slightly shorter, but we've seen earlier that he can kick it.
Let's see, 35, looking at about it's pretty similar, about a 45-yard field goal. His first one was from 43 yards. So 45-yard field goal upcoming for Peterman. He didn't get all of that one. That one is short and no good. So it's halftime here from Chandler High School as the Wolves take a big 31-14 lead into the locker rooms. A big first half on offense for the Chandler Wolves. We'll come back. We'll talk second half preview. That's Reinert Toft. I'm Jared Cohen here from Chandler High School. Again, the score at halftime, 31-14. well, and Jacob Conover had that one run that you mentioned was longer than the total amount of yards he's had combined this season. However, when it comes to Chandler, the only reason why it's 31-14 and not 38 or 40-something to 14, because that's how much I felt they outplayed Basha in that first half, is the self-inflicting wounds with the penalties, unnecessary penalties on both sides of the football, personal fouls, holding penalties. You can't have that if you want to compete at the top of the 6A, if you want to get another shot at Mountain Point. If it presents itself, you can't beat yourself. And that's what Chandler did a little bit, and that's why Basha still has a shot. And for Basha, I actually liked what they did on offense for the most part. I just would like to see it not just on third down. On third down was their biggest plays that they made all game. And one of them, unfortunately, ended with a turnover, but Terrell Brown was on his way to one of his biggest plays, but his long touchdown was on third down. Another big play they had to Connor Collins was on third down. Let's try to see them do that on first and second down to really put the Wolves on their heels. But they're going to have to come out and play fast. They're going to have to make an impact quickly, or else this game could get away from them pretty quick.
Yeah, the Basha Bears are going to have to play a game of catch-up here. We have 10 seconds left before the game starts, and Basha's going to receive the ball here. So you said they got to start out quick.
Chandler will receive the ball.
Chandler's going to receive the ball. And
so Basha's proven that they can get Chandler Wolves off the field. There was a couple 3-and-outs that the Basha Bears forced in the first half. Now, granted, it was only a couple, 31 points in one half. Doesn't show that you're stopping very many people. They proved they can do it. They need to do it right off the bat to start this third quarter.
Yeah. What are you going to? What's the biggest key, I guess, for the defense here for Basha?
The biggest key is at the point of attack. I mean, we've seen they've had success when guys like Zach Watkins has been able to get into the backfield and create havoc. He's had a few tackles for loss in this game, and when he's able to get in the backfield, he's able to make some plays. So if you can put some pressure on Jacob Conover on passing plays, you know, it could maybe create turnovers. It could cause incompletions, maybe forcing them to have to run the ball in third and long, second and long. However, that has shown at least in the first half that Chandler Wolves it can be 3rd and 20 and they'll run the football and they might be able to get it. But creating havoc in the trenches, I think, could be key for them, especially on the defensive side of the ball if they want to come back in this game.
Second half begins with Ty Sipperman, and we're going to get a touchback here. 31-14, and you see the Chandler offense trotting out onto the field, and this offense has really relied on TJ Green and a little bit of Ryan Anderson. So, Jared, what are we going to? Do you want to see a little bit more of Conover in the second half?
Yeah, I'd be intrigued to see him. I don't think we're going to. I don't think they're going to throw the ball a ton with the lead that they have right now. But just this being a chance to see him in person, to see what he's made of. He's only a sophomore. I'd like to see the way he can spread it around a little bit.
In the shotgun here. One back. Hands off to Brown. TJ Green breaks tackles to the 50 and gets pushed out of bounds. That was a great run there. Going back to the same thing.
Yep, great inside run. He actually runs in between the right guard and right tackle there. That's those big Joshua Pena, the sophomore, a guy to make note of going forward as a young guy on this offensive line. And TJ Green, I mean, he breaks free, but it's amazing how on some of these big runs he hasn't even been touched.
Quick play here. Back to the same play here. Ryan Anderson this time gets pushed out of bounds around the 19, and another big first down for the Chandler Wolves.
And right now, Basha is not doing what we talked about that they needed to do, is create pressure in the trenches. And right now, the Chandler offensive line is doing a fantastic job creating space. The gap integrity for Basha has not been there. Johnson able to make a big play.
Handoff here to Ryan Anderson again. Runs left, goes through the tackles, breaks some, and he's in for the touchdown. Ryan Anderson with the 19-yard run, and we have now extended this lead to over 3 or 4 possessions now. It's starting to get away from the Basha Bears. All running plays on that drive too.
And they don't need to pass the ball. When you can run the ball like that with Ryan Johnson and TJ Green, I mean, why even throw the ball? You got guys that can make plays like that in space, could break tackles. elusive. This running attack for Chandler is tough to beat.
The kick is good, and the score now is 38-14. Quick strike by the Chandler Wolves. We'll see if Basha can at least try to play catch up here. They have a lot of ground to cover, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, Ryan Kelly is going to have to do it with his arm now, and Chandler knows it's coming. And the thing I think I'd like to see from Basha right now offensively isn't necessarily just throwing it up deep balls and hoping you come down with them for the big play. I'd like to see calculated routes, out routes, quick slants, posts, hitches, in routes. Like, I want to see calculated routes that are high percentage plays so Basha can put together some nice drives instead of just relying on the deep ball and hoping 6 can come out of it.
You'd like to see them rely more instead of on Deshaun Goodman and Terrell Brown, because that's really all they've gone to.
Well, yeah, and they've gone to Connor Collins as well. They went to him in the first half. He's been a reliable player. I'd like to see a little bit more from Jalen Goodman. He's a talented wide receiver, and you get him the ball in space, he can make a play. He's the one receiving this kick right now.
And cuts it back to the right, and he gets himself to around the 21, which is where Basha will pick it up from here. As you said earlier, there's going to be a lot of passing down in the second half, play catch up, and see if the Chandler Wolves can force a 3 and out.
And I've got to commend Basha definitely in one regard though, because I caught them their first game of the season when they played against Westview, and Ryan Kelly had no time to throw the ball. And Coach Todd, when I'm talking to him this week leading up to this game, he said, amongst all the adversity they faced at the beginning of the season before they won 2 straight, the offensive line showed a lot of maturity, and he was really impressed with that group. And they have actually done a pretty good job here tonight keeping Kelly upright.
4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Kelly takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, and gets sacked. He is down.
Yeah, that's big Chris Manoa making the play right there. He is a big fella, a force, just a junior. So it's a wonder why this guy hasn't started to get that recruiting attention. You know, it's just a matter of time.
And that results in a 5-yard loss. It is now 7-yard loss. Excuse me. It's 2nd and 17, and you don't want to find yourself again 3rd and long. They've been successful with that, but you know you can't do it forever.
No, and we mentioned off the top to start the third quarter, their biggest plays have come on 3rd down, and they've had to rely on having to make a play on 3rd down. You want to do it on 1st and 2nd down to make your lives a little bit easier.
4 wide receiver again, 3 on the left side. Steps back, screen pass to Terrell Brown. Saw it earlier, but he gets taken down pretty easily there. It's going to be again 3rd and long. We're going to see exactly what it is.
Yeah, they had that play work in the first half for a big gain. Unfortunately, it resulted in a Terrell Brown fumble, but ever since they've tried running that little wide receiver screen, Chandler's been all over it.
Yeah, they picked up on it right away, and it's 3rd and 16. You'll probably going to see another passing play here. Terrell, 2 wide receivers on the left, Terrell Brown lined up alone on the right. One running back next to Ryan Kelly. Steps back, comes up in the pocket, tries to break away. Oh, and he's down. Couldn't get away from the tackle. Tried to run for a first down there, but it's now 4th and 16, and that is a big stop, even though they're up.
Yep, Kelly just had nothing downfield there, and you know, I was just praising the offensive line. They have done a good job tonight, but Kelly just really didn't have the time on that play to diagnose what was there down the field. He had to start making a run for it, and Chandler defense does a nice job of bottling him up.
So for the punt here, Connor Collins with the line drive kick, but nice bounce. Gunnar Romney here to receive it. Breaks a couple tackles. You see a flag, and he's still going. He breaks it back to the right, past the 50 to the 40. A lot of scrambling there. Good job. Excellent job there.
I think there might be a block in the back there that might send this nice return from Gunnar Romney back. Now, Gunnar Romney, he's a deceivingly good athlete. We've seen him do a lot of stuff here tonight. We saw his leaping ability on the first touchdown of the game. We see a little bit of his speed there and his elusiveness. going one way down the field and then cutting back the other way for a nice return. Fortunately, it's going to result in nothing, as that's another penalty on Chandler here tonight, blocking the back.
Not as self-inflicting this time because it was at the start, but we'll see how the Chandler offense goes. Most likely it'll be a run again, but we'll see how the Wolves plan to attack this drive. 3 wide receivers set on the left. Romney alone on the right. Conover takes the snap. Bringing the blitz here. Sees it. Gunnar Romney with the catch. Almost spins and gets the first down on the extra effort right there.
Yeah, nice job by Gunnar Romney, made through the extra effort, but there is a flag down. I think this might be holding on Chandler.
Yeah, Basha brought the blitz, and it looks like you are right. They're already walking back. They already know what happens. Yep.
And you mentioned the blitz. That blitz came, and that was actually a really well executed. It was an inside blitz by the Wolves. They sent Zach Watkins and company up the middle, and Chandler holds. It gave Conover enough time to make a nice-looking throw downfield, but again, it sends him backwards.
First down still, but it is a 1st and 27 now. We'll see what they have to do here to bring into actual get that first down, move the chains. Conover steps back. Looks like they're bringing the blitz again. Airs it out deep. Oh, and a nice tip.
Man, what can you say about Carl McIntyre here tonight, playing strong safety? He has made touchdown-saving tackles. That was a touchdown-saving deflection. For a guy that plays the safety position, he has been everywhere tonight. You know, this defense, hasn't gotten a lot of great pub because of some of the big numbers they've put up this season. But, man, you got to give a lot of respect to guys like Zach Watkins and Carl McIntyre, 2 seniors that have played outstanding here this evening for the Bears.
Conover under center here. G.J. Green out. Oh, that was Ryan Anderson, actually. Runs to the right, has a lot of speed. Oh, the Basha Bears catch up to him, and they actually pull him to a short gain right there.
Yeah, and that was Blake Tibbetts right there setting the edge, but a late flag comes in, and I think it's going to be on Coach Iguano.
That was Ryan Johnson with the run, but it's not going to matter here. Penalty puts him back even farther. They're up, even though it's 38-14. Still, you don't want to give up those silly mistakes.
Yeah, and this is learning experience for Chandler. I mean, they have this game under control right now. Obviously, there's still a lot of time left, so you can't take your foot off the gas, but when you're with the schedule they have coming up, it's a gauntlet in this section, and you can't have these penalties that can cost you yards. It's in a sense it's beating yourself.
Oh, and Conover took the hit as he makes a big throw, and he's caught by Gunnar Romney. He's running to the 30 to 25, trying to break the tackle, and he just steps out of bounds there. Good job by Jacob Conover to stay in the pocket, take the hit, and deliver an excellent pass.
Yeah, I mean,
puts him over the line, over to Basha territory.
When you can convert like a 1st and 30 on one play, I mean, that just shows the explosion right there for this Chandler offense.
That must have been heartbreaking right there for the Basha D. They were trying to get a quick out right there, but nope. Conover still passing, still looking to Gunnar Romney. If it's going to work all night, going to the pass some more. Results almost. It's a nice, now looks like a 8-yard pass. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the 14. Chandler really cruising here. $7:20 left. It is. Oh, looks like we have a wildcat here. Oh, and that is a tackle.
Yeah, that's Aaron Howard. Aaron Howard's technically their probably their third string quarterback. Him and Billy Bolger alternate. Aaron Howard, the senior. They had a three-headed monster all competing for that quarterback's position going into this season with Mason Moran off to Oregon State. Conover won the job, but Howard is a guy that has a lot of athleticism, and I think they're going to give him a look right now.
Yeah, they're keeping him out there. They got the first down. Let's see what happens here. Runs up the middle. Good blocking. Breaks a couple tackles, and he's taking... Oh, and he's staying up. He's still going. That extra effort puts him right around the 2-yard line there. Good run by Aaron Howard.
Yeah, I mean, and this is oh, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. Maybe some frustration coming here at the after the play was over. Dead ball penalties can never help. That's for sure.
No, absolutely not. Stops the clock here at 6:35. Again, it is 38-14 Chandler. They're almost about to make it 45-14. See if the Basha defense can muster up something right now, because it is heading downhill real fast.
Well, and there's an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play's over on Chandler. I mean, you're driving downfield, you're making plays, everything's clicking, and I know I'm beating a dead drum here, but the amount of penalties that they have in this game is the way they are beating themselves. I mean, they're up 38-14. This could be such a different game. And I'm telling you, they got Perry next week, who has not lost yet this season. And I know Perry has not beaten Chandler. This is the year that's going to happen. It's going to be these types of penalties that are going to hold Chandler back.
Going to the pass again. Steps back. Nice. Oh, and a great catch. Takes the hit. Not a touchdown, but it puts him at the 1. Great play. Great catch. That looked to be...
I think it was Johnny Johnson making the play right there.
Showing why he is committed to a D1 school right there. Like set up 2 wide receivers, going to the run, TJ Green, and it is a touchdown. It is getting out of hand here.
Third touchdown of the day for TJ Green, just a simple run up the gut, and Basha looks pretty demoralized on defense right now. It's been that kind of night, but Chandler's got so much firepower that it's just hard to contain.
You know, I'd like to bring out an interesting fact here. We have the roster sheets. Chandler has over 98 people on their roster, with Basha only having around 50. Do you think stamina's playing a key in this game as well, you think?
It might, but we haven't seen Chandler go too deep to their bench. I think the overall talent top to bottom at Chandler is a little bit heavier, but, you know, I mean, you haven't even played 2.5 quarters yet, so if stamina is starting to impact you if you're a defense, then that's a problem. You're not going to win football games if you're running out of steam and it's 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Football is a game of 4 quarters. That's what every head coach tells us when we go to ask him questions after the post game. Cash Peterson with the good kick there, so it is 45-14 with 6 minutes and 5 seconds left. At this point, what does Basha do at this point? I mean, do you think they're already thinking this game's lost?
Oh yeah, I mean, then you just right now it's about. I mean, you don't give up. You keep playing hard. You play hard for 60 minutes. That's what it's all about. But it's also for Basha. It's about staying in a rhythm, learning, teaching. I mean, there's still always opportunities to teach. You never stop just because the scoreboard is lopsided. There's always opportunities to teach. You even see it at the NFL levels when you see guys like, I'll let you call this play here.
Jalen Goodman. Oh, trying to break some tackles here. Didn't get that many blocks and didn't get to the 20. Only got to the 16-yard line. So
here's
on top of being blown out, they're having poor field position.
Here's the example I'm going to give, though. I mean, when the Cardinals played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a couple weeks ago, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kept Jameis Winston in the game the whole time, despite the fact they were down 40-7. And what that shows is it's early in the season. It's opportunities for a young quarterback to continue to get reps, for receivers to get on the same page, for offensive lines to create cohesion. You know, as long as there's still time on the clock, there's still work to be done, even if you're working towards next week or the week after. Even though this game right now might be out of hand, there's still opportunities for this Basha team to try to learn something about themselves and try to implement it in the coming weeks.
Got an empty backfield here, it looks like. 5 wide receivers. 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Step back. Oh, Kelly looked like he was going to run, but just immediately eaten up by the Chandler defense.
Yeah, I think that was Parker Henley again, and I am so impressed with this kid. I mean, Coach Iguano told me this week leading up to this game that, I always love asking Coach Iguano, who are the guys on your team that aren't getting enough pub or not getting enough credit for what they do. He always gives me a good answer because I always learn something new. And he said Parker Henley is that guy. This is a guy that stepped in for at the middle linebacker position, replacing a guy in KT Tellini from last year who was so productive for 2 years for the Wolves. Big task for Henley, and he's answered the call.
2 wide receivers on each side. Like an option run here. Ryan decides to keep it. Moves up here. Gain about 5 or 6 yards. Going to be 3rd and long, looks like, again.
It wouldn't be the Basha Bears tonight without setting up a 3rd down to try to make a play.
That's been the story all night. They have been able to convert on 3rd down, but it seems like their luck's starting to run out here. Ronnie Kelly's trying to get a play here. Timeout, actually, by the Basha offense. 45-14. Chandler all over the Basha Bears. We'll be right back here with a quick break. Back here, it's 3rd and 8 for the Basha Bears at their 10-yard line. Looks like we have a new quarterback in actually here. Collins is in. Oh, and a flag. We got a flag right here, and looks like to be a false start. Yeah, it is a false start, putting them deeper into their own territory. They're already at the 10. Now it's at the 5. So with Ryan Kelly out now, what are we looking here with Connor Collins?
Well, Connor Collins is a sophomore, and as any sophomore has the opportunity to get some reps right now, put some good stuff on film, and go up against an elite team in the state. There's no substitute for experience, and Collins is getting that right now.
3rd and 13. He's looking to throw, and that is broken up, and it'll be 4th down.
And Collins maybe a little bit too quick there. Let the play set up. Let the receiver try to create some separation. He didn't really allow that to happen, and the defender was able to undercut the route and almost take that for 6 if he picked it off.
He's back there now for the kick. Gunnar Romney at the 40 at Basha territory. Might be a little stressful, with the punting unit really close to the kicker. And a line drive kick gets that friendly bounce again. Doesn't get that much air, and it's going to roll to about the 43-yard line. And that's where the Chandler Wolves are going to pick it up in Basha territory.
Yeah, I mean, that rugby-style kick, it's like watch.
It works sometimes,
You just got to get that ball off if you're Ty Sifferman. You just got to get it off and kick it away. No, actually, that was Collins that's been kicking it like that. But when you're in the back of the end zone like that, you don't want anyone coming after you and causing problems.
Looked like one of the Chandler players almost went up and tried to snag it out of midair. He probably could have, but let it roll.
I wonder if someone will try that before the game's over.
Shotgun position, as usual, and steps back. Nice protection. Throws it deep. And that is a one-hand catch, folks. He caught that. Great play.
Johnny Johnson on the spot. Johnny on the spot. The future running rebel. That ball was out of his grasp, nowhere near him, and he just sticks that arm out and brings it in. That's good of a play you'll see on the high school football field.
Looked like I thought it was Aaron Howard with the catch, but great catch for whoever that was. Whether it was Johnny Johnson or Aaron Howard, puts him really close here on that first and 7. Run up the middle by 25. That is DeCarlo.
There's DeCarlos Brooks, sophomore. Is the future at the running back position, getting some reps here.
It'll be 2nd and 5 at the 5. Looks like they are going to give TJ Green and Ryan Johnson a little bit of break here and see what DeCarlos can do here. God gives it back to DeCarlos, breaks up the middle, and is tackled at. Oh, it is actually a touchdown. So with 3.5 minutes left now, it is 51-14. And now it looks like they're just spreading the love to all their offensive players.
Yeah, these young guys trying to get some reps here in a game that's a little bit out of reach. You want to put some good stuff on film. Hey, you got young guys on Chandler like DeCarlos Brooks, plays both ways. He's competing for a job next year. TJ Green's a senior. He's going to be off to Oregon State. DeCarlos putting good stuff out there on film for this coaching staff to show that when he's a junior, he can be reliable at that running back spot.
Kick is up, and it is good. It is 52-14. And also, you got to give credit to that one-hand catch. That's what set up the running play. That's what set up the big key runs there for DeCarlos. You said it was Johnny Johnson at the catch?
I thought it looked like Johnny Johnson to me, but I could be wrong.
It looked like that was Aaron Howard with the catch, actually. But
well, then I apologize, my friend.
You're good. We are all making mistakes here. We are even learning. I am having a great time learning right now, and it's been a great night overall.
Yes, sir.
California, this feels cold right now. But it's like 88. I can't describe that feeling. And there's a little bit of a wind.
I think it's good. It's nice to not feel like I'm sitting in my own sweat like I have been the first 6 weeks of the high school football season, standing on the sidelines. It's nice to have a little breeze for once.
With fall coming.
It's October, man.
Yeah.
It's getting into crunch time of the high school season.
High school football, Major League Baseball. It is all playoff time coming soon. Here's the kick to Jim Goodman here. Been to him all game, and he gets hit hard out of bounds. That's around the 15.
So Skyline making a statement tonight. Skyline going up against Mesa. Skyline and Mesa has kind of been like the little brother to Mesa Mountain View, and they go out and they knock them off 27-0 tonight. That's a big-time win for Skyline, bouncing back after loss to Hamilton last week.
Looks like Ryan Kelly's back in now after that one play by Connor Collins. In motion. Motion's Connor Collins. Oh, and the throw gets hit, and it is caught, though. But only for minimal gain. That is 2nd and 7 now. Second and 6, actually.
You got Ryan Kelly back in?
Yeah, it looks like it. That was a bolt thrust, and actually now we have Jet Campbell in at the running back position. 4 wide receiver set. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Takes the snap. Steps back. Throws it deep. That's Terrell Brown. And he makes the spectacular catch. And he's still staying in. He tries to stay in, but he gets tackled.
Yeah, Terrell Brown is an outstanding athlete. 2-sport star for Basha. I mean, when you're Ryan Kelly, you have so much confidence that a guy like that's going to be able to come down with it. But there's a flag and it's coming back, so that's all for nothing. Tough night for Basha, man.
We've been talking about with Chandler with all the self-inflicting wounds and the tough schedule coming up. It's also been
both these.
Basha's done their fair share of self-inflicted injuries too, with the Terrell Brown fumble early in the first half there.
I mean, when you look at what Basha has coming up next, Basha is playing Chandler tonight. You've got Brophy, who we've talked about during this broadcast, who's on their way, it looks like, to another win. And you got Hamilton, always a tough matchup. And then Perry, who right now is undefeated. It's just crazy how much of a gauntlet this section is. It's going to be hard for Basha to sneak into the playoffs. They're going to have to really pull off some stops here before the end of the season.
Kelly throws on his back foot, it's short, but it's still caught. That is Jalen Goodman with the catch there. First down for the Basha Bears, and it is now they're at their 44-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Is any proof right there that Ryan Kelly's a good quarterback? That was his feet weren't set. He throws it off his back foot. Sure, it was a little bit underthrown, but not to the point where the receiver had to come back too far and the defender was able to alter and break the play up. That's a heck of a throw.
Now 1st and 10 at the 42, not the 44. We'll see if that puts a little spark underneath Basha's fire there. So we'll see if they can try to score on this drive. In the pistol formation, Ryan Kelly changes the play. Takes the snap, quick throw, airmails it over. Ty Sifferman there. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I'd like to see Kelly connect on these shorter routes a little bit better. Yeah, those deep balls are fun and they're exciting, and he's great at them. He's got great touch and a great arm. But some of these shorter routes, the out routes, the hitches, the quick slants, have been a little bit off at times. And those are the ones that help sustain long drives and are able to set you up in better positions on 2nd and 3rd down.
Back in the pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers on each side. Takes the snap. Go for the running play, and that goes nowhere. Loss of 2 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, and the Chandler defensive line has been great all night. They were in the backfield almost before Kelly was able to hand that ball off.
It'll be 3rd and 12 now. Another 3rd and long. With a minute and 10 counting. It's 52-14 Chandler over the Basha Bears. Basha is just trying to muster something up here. They're going to go no backs, 5 wide receivers. See if they can get that first down. On to his receivers on the right, steps back. He's going to throw it deep again. Terrell Brown. And that's a flag. It's going to be a pass interference.
Yeah, I mean, that ball's a little bit underthrown, and it ended up helping in a way. Brown coming back for the ball was able to create contact, and that's where that pass interference penalty comes in.
But unlike the NFL, where it is at the spot of the foul, it is only a 10-yard, 15-yard penalty right there. It will be 1st and 10 for the Basha Bears at the 45.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty.
But it still moves the chains.
I still need to get used to the high school rules, you know. Watch NFL all the time, then you realize that high school is slightly different. Again, no backfield right there. It's going to be all passing here for Ryan Kelly, who's trying to score here. Oh, under pressure, throws it. Terrell Brown gets off his man, and he's able to bring down the catch at the 25. Ryan Kelly was able to throw it just in time. He was about to be taken down there by the Chandler defense, which just swarmed him there. But Terrell Brown has been his target pretty much all night, and it's been successful for the most part.
In the last 2 years, basically, those two have a great connection. They've been great teammates. I think they're good friends, and they're both going to be playing at the next level. Brown's having a nice night tonight statistically.
Yeah, they're going to be missed. Basha's going to miss that combination next year. In the pistol, go for the run. That is Deshaun Goodman. Breaks right, breaks left. Tries to stay in bounds, but gets pushed out at around the 14-yard line. That'll be a first. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Basha Bears, and that is the end of the third quarter. Chandler is absolutely demolishing the Basha Bears. It is 54-14, and we'll come back with the fourth quarter. You're back to the start of the fourth quarter, and Basha is marching on the field, trying to cut into this lead, even though the game is pretty much over. We'll see what the Basha Bears can do here. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 14. Gonna hand it off. Oh, Ryan Kelly decides to keep it, but he is taken down pretty quickly there. He'll be stopped around the 13. That's looks like a 1-yard gain. 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 12. Ryan Kelly's looking to his coach, see what the play is.
A lot to like from this Chandler defensive line tonight. They've dominated the trenches. This is an improved and talented Basha offensive line, and they have just been extremely impressive.
Sean Goodman next to Kelly, 4 wide receivers. Looks to throw, and he's wide open. Ty Sifferman for the touchdown. Sifferman just was all alone. It looked like Kelly was about to run, and then he, at the last second, saw his receiver for the easy score.
Yeah, mental lapse right there. I mean, that's a good job by Ryan Kelly disguising where he's going. They kind of did a little read option look there. He pulls it back and finds Sifferman open for the touchdown. I mean, that's why you continue to play. That's why you don't take guys like Ryan Kelly out at this point yet. You want to keep going through the reps. You want to figure your offense out. You're already starting to prepare for next week with some of the things that you're starting to implement in practice.
Kick is good. So with 11 minutes, 11 seconds left, it is 52-21 Chandler. And, try to play. Chandler's just trying to play every down here. You would think they're going to try to score again, try to run up the score here.
I think we'll see a lot of still running the ball. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. Though we have seen Conover, throw the ball a little bit more the second half, and he definitely improved on that as a factor.
Yeah, well, he had that big play when they were all the way back against their own end zone, and he guns it deep to Gunner. That big play. I mean, that's the type of stuff that if you can make that type of play with the running game that you have, you're not going to lose very many football games.
Trying to show that he is just as good a quarterback as Ryan Kelly. I feel like he when you're the opposing team facing like opposing position player, you're facing such a talented player on the other side of the field. You want to try to prove yourself so that you have just as much talent as the other player.
How about Brophy on top of Hamilton, 44-14 right now.
Onside kick. They're going for the onside kick. Flag comes out.
And I
Terrell
think
Brown caught it, but it looked like he got it out of bounds there.
and that's a kick out of bounds, which is a penalty. So Chandler will get the football.
A little trickery there. I mean, not a bad try. You try anything you can at this point and try to sneak back into the game. But it does put Chandler in Basha territory at the 49. And looks like Billy Bolger is out now, the junior. And we have Damian Maxwell out in the backfield too. So we're getting to see some new faces now with coming out with 11 minutes in the fourth quarter here.
I mean, this is a good opportunity for these guys. Get some film out there.
It's all about
Get
the
some
film.
reps. Get some reps. Some of these guys are playing for next season. They're getting reps right now. They're going to be competing for jobs next year. Some of these guys, injuries do happen. This is opportunities to get reps and game action to show that you're going to be you could be reliable if one of your teammates unfortunately goes down.
They're going to keep the same. There's a no up. Now, Bolger had a good throw there. Just was popped up by the wide receiver. Starting out with a short pass, trying to get his confidence up, it looked like. We have second down and 10 at the 50. 3 wide receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Boulder steps back, bringing the blitz. Zach Watkins almost gets it, and that is a complete pass. Number 82, Derek Jones. It'll be a first and 10 for the Chandler Wolves, and Bolger, feeling good there. He's getting that good.
Yeah,
first
and there's a junior connection right there from Bolger to Jones. Guys that look to make impacts next season, and that's a good high percentage route.
Oh, hands off to Damian Maxwell. Up the middle there for about 7 yards. Good run there, Yeah, I have a lot, not just Ryan Johnson and TJ Green. We saw DeCarlos Brooks earlier, and now we're getting to see Damian Maxwell. This got a lot of weapons.
So many weapons. For so many years, the Chandler Wolves have had so many weapons.
They go back to Damian Maxwell, and he gets the first down. It'll be first and 10 at the 27 for the Chandler Wolves. Playing quick here. They are definitely trying to score here, trying to show off what they have. The second team looks like. Handoff back to Maxwell. Just keep going to him. He's been getting good yardage here, and that's about a 6-yard gain.
I'll tell you an underrated aspect that not often is the center talked about on a football field, but Caleb Medina is still out there. And how many times have we seen those inside runs just straight up the middle, and there's just been huge holes? I mean, Caleb Medina is a guy that's having a big-time game here tonight for Chandler, opening up the run for all the different guys that have run the football tonight for the Wolves.
Takes the pass, makes the run, and it's a pass completed. Gets to about the 11-yard line. That looks to be... It's hard to see the numbers out here. It looks to be 81. Looks like Trey Hart. Keep going fast. Basha has no response right now. Going to hand it off to Maxwell. Up the middle, and that's a score. That'll be another touchdown for the Chandler Wolves. 58-21 with 9:41 left in the fourth quarter.
Again, right up the middle. I mean, it's not like they're doing anything that is too fancy or it's out of left field. Just inside run straight up the gut, and they've got confidence in their offensive line to create the space. And just about anyone who's touched the football tonight out of the backfield has been able to have the chance to make big plays.
Again, we all have to give credit to that offensive line. They don't get it a whole lot, but they know that they're doing their job.
And especially the guys on the inside. I mean, Josiah Perry, Caleb Medina, Tristan Real, like those are the guys that get it done in the interior of the trenches. And T.J. Green and DeCarlos Brooks and Damian Maxwell and Ryan Johnson, they've been able to run right up the gut with no problems, sometimes even untouched.
I'm unfamiliar with the players around here. Are there any of those players getting any offers right now?
On the offensive line?
Yeah, the offensive
line. Harold
line.
Colbert, the left tackle, has been offered by a few programs, and I think they're very excited about Joshua Pena, the sophomore they're starting right now at the right tackle position. And those are the main two at the tackle positions that I think will get next level looks. But Harold Colbert's the most athletic, the most skilled, and is definitely the one out of all these guys that's getting the most attention.
I haven't mentioned his name, but Chandler also has a really good tight end named Colby Taylor. We haven't seen him all night, right?
Receiver.
Yep.
Yeah, Colby had his season cut last year in the playoff game where they fell to Desert Ridge. He hurt his knee. He was making his way back, and right before the start of the season, re-injured the knee, so he's done for the season. But he's going to Oregon State, and he's going to have a great career ahead of him once he gets healthy.
Sean Goodman with a good run to the 20. Oh, he's still up. Actually, he's running backwards now. He's still going. Oh, he's still going, trying to do whatever he can, and he's going to get stopped at the 18. All that effort actually just put him backwards. He could have been, which would have been around the 20, 21-yard line. But I give him credit for
good second effort.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? It was 59-21. Basha's just trying to keep their heads up for this game because they got a gauntlet. You said that's been another keyword up in here in the booth. Is a gauntlet schedule.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, this is the best of the best. This section that Arizona has to offer. Yeah, Saguaro is one of the best, and Mountain Point is the best. But in terms of the deepest section in the state of Arizona, we're looking at it right now. Two teams that are in the thick of it, and Chandler's looking to have the crown, the section crown, once again this season. It's going to be a tall task, but they're off to a great start here tonight. They showed a lot of really good things.
Kelly stepping up on the pocket, deep throw. Oh, and it goes right through the hands of his receiver. Definitely should have been caught. That was number 3, Johnny. Nope, that was number 3, Cody Collins.
Yeah, and Cody Collins, you got to make that play. You know, Ryan Kelly does a good job getting out of the pocket and extending the play a little bit. And Cody Collins had a man beat downfield and was in his grasp, and it just went through his hands. You got to make that play.
It'll be 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line. It'll be 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Terrell Brown, closest to us on the right side. Maya's probably going to look to him. He's been his number 1 target all night. Switches the wide receiver to his left side. Quick pass to Ty Zipperman. Tries to get the block, but doesn't. And he's taken down for about half a yard, 1 yard gain. It'll be 3rd and long. We'll see exactly what it is. 3rd and 8 for the Basha Bears.
And those screens, they like to run those screens. It's really only worked for them once tonight. Chandler's done a great job of preparation and gang tackling and not allowing those screens to go from short passes to big gains.
Pistol moves. Deshaun Goodman moves to his right. 4 wide receivers again. Steps back, steps up in the pocket, trying to extend the play. Runs to his right. Sees Terrell Brown wide open. Lone coverage by the Wolves, and he steps out of bounds at around the 25. First down for the Basha Bears.
And that plays, that's all Ryan Kelly right there. I mean, Ryan Kelly, the pocket is collapsing around him. He steps out, he buys time, and Terrell Brown, who didn't see the route he initially started running, but started to cut it upfield once he saw his teammate extending the play, got to a point where he was open and was able to make a big one. But Ryan Kelly right there showing some elusiveness, some athleticism, and then had the wherewithal to find a teammate downfield.
I've been impressed so far this night. Even though they're losing, I've been impressed by how talented this quarterback is for his team. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 26 actually. Pistol formation. Hands it off to Sean Goodman. Tries to break outside, but gets tackled. He hit his offensive lineman as well as just the pressure by the Chandler defense. Someone's down actually for the Chandler defense as well.
Looks like the right guard pulled there, and again, the Chandler defensive line has been so tough. When that guard pulled, he got pushed a little bit extra, and it went right and closed that gap for Deshaun Goodman before he can run it up the middle. Off the, I think it was between the left guard and left tackle is where that run was supposed to be designed for.
Players still down. Not sure exactly what the injury is. What I saw, it may have been grasping the arm, but it may have looked a little more serious.
How about some scores around while hopefully this young man...
I'll give you the final score for that Washington game, you know. Want to take a guess?
It was 44-16.
44-6.
Oh, because I saw it already. I was trying to act like a genius there.
Oh, man, you really are.
Yeah, I saw that's the biggest win or matched the biggest win against a top 10 opponent in Washington's history. So that's a big win for that program. And now you kind of have to think that Washington's in a position where they can try to compete for a college football playoff right now with a win like Stanford.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge statement.
That's a huge win. And if they could run the table in the Pac-12, you know, they could be sitting pretty right now for a shot at that Final Four. So Washington's setting themselves up beautiful, and it's crazy to think they almost lost in overtime last week.
Yeah, no, exactly. Adley with the fastball pass to Ty Silverman, hangs on to it. Be another first down out around the 8-yard line. Who came off there for the Chandler Wolves? That looked to be number 63, Patel. Looks like they're also throwing out some extra bodies for the defense as well. It makes sense. This game is pretty much over, but Basha is doing their best just to do what they can to see if they can run up their own score for the night.
Big win for Cactus tonight. They knock off Peoria, a little Peoria rivalry, 35-28. Cactus showing why they're, I believe, a top 10 team. And how about Pinnacle coming from behind? They tied it up with Desert Mountain at 28. They were down 2 scores at one point.
That is definitely more exciting in this game as Deshaun Goodman has been taken down for a loss, it looks like, or no gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Horizon 28-7 over Mountain Ridge. That's a good win. The Horizon team that did not win a single game last year continues to get W's this season.
Horizon did not win a game last year.
Did not win a single one. In fact, last year, how the sections were set up, there were 17 teams in Division I, which is now 6A. 16 made the playoffs. The one team that did not make the playoffs was Horizon. And now Horizon has bounced back under new coaching staff and done a magnificent job. Big win over Mountain Ridge tonight.
Calling in motion, wide receiver. Kelly takes the hit. Nice catch. Oh, it looked like it was caught, but it is actually an incomplete pass. That was Connor Collins. It'll be 3rd and 8. Basha's just doing anything they can just to score at this point.
Ahwatukee Bowl is not too far from here. Mountain Point knocks off Desert Vista 27-13. Mountain Point stays undefeated. They are so talented. Brophy's 7-0. They beat Hamilton 44-21 tonight. That was a more lopsided game, I think, than anyone envisioned.
Kelly with the pass. Flag, incomplete pass, but that was a flag. Kelly tried to find his man, Terrell Brown, again on the little lob pass, only where he could get it, but it's going to cost Chandler here another penalty. You were saying earlier, again, trying to boost my knowledge in Arizona high school football. So there's 17 teams, Division One.
There used to be. Now
okay.
they got 6A. They changed it back up, and it's not like that anymore. But that's how it was last year. And Horizon, unfortunately for them, was on the outside looking in. But yeah, they got a new coaching staff, and they've done some nice things. Desert Ridge, another big win tonight, 41-7 over Gilbert. They've really had a nice season.
Under eye there, actually throws it. Incomplete pass. Again, trying to get Terrell Brown around the ball. It'll be 4th down and 4th at the 4. 4-4-4 right there. It is 6:13 left in this game. It is 59-21. A flag comes out. Let's see what this is. It's on Basha. This is just insult to injury right here. Like sportsman, like I'm unsure what that hand motion looked like.
Yeah,
it wasn't on Basha. Yeah, it's gonna put him back.
We'll take a quick break here. 6:13 left. 5:59-21. Chandler all over Basha.
Back to 6:13, fourth quarter, 59-21. Chandler, it's 4th and 19. They were at the 4, but they're going to go for it here. Why not? Back foot pass, into coverage. Oh, incomplete, but another flag for Chandler.
The old throw into triple coverage and draw a flag.
That was Chandler should have knew that was not going to work, and there's another flag. It's going to cost them here. Pass interference.
I mean, that's just guys trying to go after the ball and make a play. And not much you can do.
Someone's trying to make an interception there, trying to get that tape, as you said.
Yeah, get that film. You got to put some good stuff on film. But you want to put the pass interference on film, that's for sure.
5 wide receivers. Kelly throws
Ooh.
high. Terrell Brown's just been doing all he can just to get that pass. Kelly likes to throw it high, and you've seen Terrell Brown come up at least with one hand on every single play on the football. And he's coming off pretty frustrated. Looks fatigued as well.
Yeah, it's been a long night. It's been a long night for everyone on the Bash team. He's made a lot of plays. He's done a lot of running. And it's going to be pretty sore tomorrow, that's for sure.
Get a nice ice bath there, Terrell Brown. You definitely deserve it. So, Chandler Wolves are going to pick it up now. 1st and 10 at the 9. 6 minutes left. See if they try to score here again. It'll be a long drive for Billy Bolger. We'll see what he's got here. Oh, and a bad snap. It's in the end zone. Bolger picks it up, and he's tackled. We're going to get a safety here, folks. No, that was miscommunication or just a bad snap. Bash is going to get the ball back now. It's going to be 23.
This game's gotten a little ugly as it's starting to unfold. You can tell both teams know that the result is basically all but set, and starting to see some silly mistakes from both teams in terms of penalties and now bad snaps. But the show moves on.
I will give credit to both fans. They're just sticking it out. I mean, we all know how this game's gonna end, but
I mean, yeah, you got your
support here.
Got your family playing on the field. You got your friends. You're gonna tune in and give them a big hug when the game's over. Where else you got to be?
I mean, I got nowhere to be either. I'm just dancing to the music right now.
Enjoy it.
Chandler's gonna come out here and they're gonna have to. Cash Peterman's gonna have to do a new thing here. Now he's gonna have to punt on a safety here. Safeties, the result of safeties are always interesting. It's the combination of a punt and a kickoff. Don't know why that is the case, though.
That's one of the original rules of the game, my friend.
I have to look up on that one. That's just looking at it now.
Here's one for you, okay? Here's one that I was having a conversation with. You're a baseball guy, all right?
All right.
Why do managers and coaches still wear uniforms?
They usually, a lot of them have been former players, so they want to feel like they are players still.
Well, football coaches and basketball coaches are former players too.
That's true. You know, I guess it's just that mentality, maybe just a traditional thing that they have.
Yeah, and baseball.
That's one I can't explain. I hope I can later, but
look that up. Get back to me.
I'll look it up.
Why do managers wear uniforms in baseball? And they take numbers from players.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 40 for Basha. They'll wear the uniforms, and then they'll also wear like the jacket on top. So I mean, they don't have to.
I think because they feel ridiculous wearing the uniform. I mean, that's always been my opinion. I always thought that the managers, so they wouldn't blend in and look like one of the players, that they wear jackets just so they can differentiate themselves.
Connor Collins in now for Ryan Kelly. Hands it off to Deshaun Goodman, who gets a nice run out of it, and we're going to see a flag here.
And Goodman took a shot at the very end of that play. He was able to break a couple tackles, and then as he was being pursued by a couple players, he basically got pile drived into the ground.
Let's see what this flag is here for. It's going to be on Chandler. Looks like it's going to be a personal foul. Don't know what it is exactly, but it's going to move him up 15 yards to about the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 35 for the Basha Bears. It's 59-23 with 5.5 minutes left in the game. Connor Collins is in, and I think he's going to be in for the rest of the night now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Steps back. Throws it. Nice throw, nice catch. Oh, the extra effort.
Oh, give him the touchdown.
Doesn't get that arm over the.
Give him the touchdown.
He must have been down, but that was Cody Collins. That was the Collins connection right there.
Nice. Okay. Just give the kid the touchdown, ref. Making a play,
just like
sacrificing his body.
Just like Rogers on the Packers right there, you know. Give him some credit. Oh. Jed Campbell, the ball carrier, gets in for the easy score. It is now 59-29 Chandler with exactly 5 minutes left. That was Cody Collins had a nice little throw there. Give him some credit.
Yeah, Colin Collins is a good-looking quarterback. I watched him when they played Desert Mountain a few weeks back, and stepped in when Ryan Kelly just couldn't play with that shoulder. And I really liked some of the plays he made. He made some great throws, and he basically cemented that he's the future of this team at the quarterback position. And we're seeing a little bit of that right now.
Not as good as 59-30. Let's take a quick break here, and we'll get back to you once the kickoff comes up. We'll be right back. that quick break. We're going to get the kickoff here by Basha. It is 59-30 with 5 minutes left in the game. Whistle goes off. Okay, the kick. Oh, going for the onside again. Flag though. We're going to get a flag. We get a full start on Basha. I mean, why not? They're going. That's the second time they've gone for the onside kick.
Great finish at between Desert Mountain and Pinnacle. You could have streamed that game on Sports 360 also. That game went into overtime, double overtime actually, and Desert Mountain went for 2 to try to win it instead of the extra point to tie it to go to another overtime, and they missed it. So Pinnacle survives on the road, knocking off Desert Mountain. That's a very much needed win for the Pioneers, off to a tough 1-5 start.
Basha's going to have to pick this one off again. They're going to go for the onside kick. Same side. Nice bounce. And he recovers. They recover it. Basha recovers the onside kick, and they will get the ball back. 4 minutes left. They're down 29, but, you know, that's always fun to recover an onside kick.
Yeah, you keep playing until the game's over. You know, you're down. Why would you just kick it off and give them the ball right back? You know, go kick the onside kick and keep this offense on the field. You never know when onside kicks could happen in crucial situations, so it's good for Basha and their confidence to know that they could roll their special teams out there and make a play. You know, it's another example of continuing to play till the game is over, because you're constantly working on stuff to make yourselves better until the season's over.
Collins in the pistol formation. Hands off. Oh, fakes the handoff. Runs it to the right. Gets caught up at around the 43. That'll be a 9-yard gain. He gets pushed back, though, all the way.
He took a shot. He's got some bounce to him, though. Pops right back up.
Chandler's trying to show some fire, but you don't want to get called for another flag. Those are always easy. Those easily can always be called for just a late hit or something like that. Actually, only turned out to be a very minimal gain. That looked farther than he ran. I thought he went a lot farther on the run. Maybe he ran farther back from where he was. We're going to get shotgun here. Low throw. Skips it to Terrell Brown. It's going to be an incomplete pass. 3rd and 8.
I honestly don't see a reason for Terrell Brown to still be in this game. He's done a lot of running tonight. He's taken some shots tonight.
Shoulders are kind of hunched there. I think he's going to agree with you on that.
Well, if you're Terrell Brown, you play every moment you can. I mean, as someone that played sports growing up, I'd love to play organized sports right now that I'm in my adulthood. So if there was a chance for me to play instead of sitting out, I would take playing any day.
It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 50 for Basha. Steps back here. Throw again. Nice catch, but it's not going to be a first down. Nice tackle on. That was Ty Silverman who also caught it there. It'll be 4th, about 1. If they're going to go for it here, why not? It's going to be our key word for the last 5 minutes here. Why not? It's 4th and 1. At the 43.
Hashtag why not?
Hashtag we'll make it viral, you know. Hashtag why not? Not viral, trending. Trending.
Yeah, know your social media terms, my friend.
Sorry. Takes the handoff. Nice read by Collins. He's running to his right. Gets brought down around the 20. That'll be first. Nice run there. Nice run. That'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Collins showing
the wheels. Jinx.
He's showing some good stuff running that read option. You know, there's a couple times in a row now where he's tucked the ball himself. He's reading that end on the defensive side of the ball and knowing where there's room for him to run with it, and he's making some good decisions.
Same formation as it has been for the last 5 plays. Throws it up. Nice pass. Finds his man, and that's going to be a touchdown, folks. 59-36. Can't see that it is right now. Looks to be, just on appearance, Jalen Goodman with the catch.
Yeah, shout out to Basha for continuing to play all the way till the end and making some nice plays as a result. Like what I see out of Colin Collins.
Definitely probably a good few wise words from one of the futures of Arizona State right there, Ryan Kelly. It is 3 minutes left now, 59-37. Chandler's up. This game is slowing down as the game is slow, and I don't understand that. The game's slowing down as the game's getting closer to the end.
So coming up next for Chandler, they got a big game coming up next. You look ahead, they're going to be playing against the Perry